And WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Got the number one pick in the NHL draft, but the men that can't seem to stump. Do something dumb, that's an observation. CLT make them need to run.
That's Lawrence Taylor!
Call them every trash, CMT for short. Wonder if we best once you peep the score. Up at the crack of dawn, top stories of the morning. While you're yawning, grab your coffee, rise and shine with 8:80 a.m. This is Drop Time. We provide highlights from your favorite teams. Got Dave and Rick making plenty of picks. It's Rule 76.
Oh, yeah. It's a Friday. And it's a football Friday. And it's DNR. And it's with you. And it's right here on ESPN New York. We have the normal things that we do. We go around the league. We have a frenzy. We have Rich Cimini. We have Jordan Raanan. But I have a treat for you guys today. A big treat for you guys today. We've moved on for the day from one Rick DiPietro. And we've brought in one of my, I use the word adore. You use the word infatuate. That might be a tad strong. But we bring in my dear friend and yours, the great Dan Grassa. Good morning, Dan Grassa.
Infatuation. And it's right back at you. How are you?
I am well.
Well?
I'm well.
Not better than well.
Not better than well, because by the time you get to Friday, you're on fumes in the shift. But I'm well, and I'm buoyed by a couple things this morning.
Mm-hmm.
The Mets are not one of those things.
No.
I'm buoyed by the fact that you're here, and I haven't talked to you in quite some time, and I'm excited for that and that conversation. It's always fun to get a different perspective as well. And I'm buoyed by the fact that it also, in fact, is a football Friday. So those two things have me buoyed.
And what gets you buoyed is a football. I mean, forget about the Mets. I mean, we'll get into that at some point because we have to. But, I mean, it's not anything positive, as we know. But it's
not right now.
No, definitely not. But the football part is great. I mean, it stinks we only have 4 weeks left in the regular season, and there's no big games in New York. We know the rest of the way.
No big games as far as anything competent in New York.
Right.
As far as draft position, there's a lot of stuff going on.
But you drive yourself crazy worrying about that.
Yeah, you do.
But we're football fans, right? First and foremost, we like the sport, we like the league, and these divisions, these races, these games that we have on tap for the next 4 weeks, that's going to be a lot of fun. Parity reigns supreme.
Well, it's going to be great. I mean, you got Broncos Packers this week, right? I mean, you got some real attractive games.
You know what's interesting? How about this? And I know you're a geek with this stuff like I am.
Uh-huh.
And I know you're a Sunday ticket consumer, so you're not going to have this problem. This is one of those odd weeks. You get it in week 18 in New York, where you get the doubleheader on local TV, CBS and
both
Fox.
channels give you the doubleheader?
So get this, right? Because of the two bad football teams in this town who both occupy the 1 o'clock window on the two networks this week.
Right, so we get them both at the same time, which is a real treat for the eyes, yes.
Arguably the best game of the day on paper you won't be able to watch in New York, and that's Patriots-Bills at 1 o'clock.
Really?
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't think in most ways in my life I'm spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
I think I live a fairly normal, functional life. When it comes to my sports viewing, there is no one that will, A, spend more or be more spoiled than, in fact, I am. So, I like, you talk about the windows and when is this game going to be on and am I going to be able to see this game? Is it on my local? It's not a concern I've had for over a decade. And I empathize and I sympathize because I used to be that person. I'd have to check on 10 days before and scroll through 10 days. Like, all right, now it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Get to the Sunday, 1 o'clock. We got this. We only have 1 4 o'clock game. So I sympathize with those people, but I'm not one of those people. I will have every game on. And here's the thing. Do I feel badly for those people at this point? I don't know if I feel badly because there's so many ways, Dan, that you can have the full Sunday YouTube vehicle. So should I feel badly that if you're not able to watch all the games? I don't know.
Well, that's one of the sacrifices I have to make, given the work with my job with the Jets. Is because
it doesn't make sense for you to have it because you're at the stadium or at the station.
Correct.
And how many times would you use it?
Exactly. And I mean, this year in the case, I think we've had 2 Sundays home. Like we had a Monday night game and we had the bye week. The past 2 years we had 4 or 5 because we had a ton of primetime games and so on and so forth. But I remember a couple of weeks ago with the I think it was Thanksgiving weekend or like that week.
Yeah.
I saw those commercials all over the television. The Sunday ticket. You can get it now. Get a special, rest of the year rate for I think it was $49. And I'm thinking to myself, $49, and that was still with like 6 weeks left in the season. So do the math. That's a third of the season. The yearly rate at the beginning of the year was not $150.
No,
it was more than that.
The yearly
it was like over
RJ
$3.
might know better than me. I think it's in the $400 range.
Yeah,
it's
probably, right?
Now, for me and people like me, I'm being serious. Like, I think it's a great value.
Oh, right.
Because there's not a Sunday where actually there will be this year. I'll be in St. Martin. But other than that, there's not a Sunday that I am not watching every single game in a setup where I have TVs all over the place. But that's a lot of money for someone that is not a massive football fan.
I got to be honest with you. I think it was the week before Thanksgiving when we played the Patriots. It was a Thursday night game. So we had the Sunday free. So I was home on that Sunday. I remember even saying to my wife, and I was like, you know what? And we've been over this, everything that we're just talking about. I said, despite the fact I'm never home on Sundays, I was like, maybe next year I'll just like splurge for the hell of it just to have it for on the rare, 1 or 2 Sundays I'm home that I do have.
You'd almost wonder if there was like an a la carte menu. Or maybe there should be, where it's like, for this week and this week alone, you can pay, I don't know, $30 and now you have access to it.
Well, that's why I was thinking about like that $49 thing for the final 6 weeks. I was like, that's not a bad deal.
That seems like a great deal.
It's a great deal, but as I said, like if you're one of the people who splurged back in August for the whole season, like you're kind of, I don't think
it's fair,
but right.
But here's the thing: there is no one in the world that gets a service, receives goods or a service, and feels like they get more value out of it than me with the Sunday ticket.
Oh, 100%. And I was the same way.
I watch every single game. I absolutely love it.
I had the Sunday ticket. I mean, and I when it was still on DirecTV, so this is what, the second year not on DirecTV?
Correct.
So
which had me totally in a panic.
Oh, of course.
When they did it, but it's been phenomenal.
And I made the decision just to cut ties only because, like I said, my work responsibilities. But even the previous 6 years when it was still on DirecTV and I was doing the Jets, I still had the Sunday ticket. And what I did was I would just DVR a handful of games that I wanted to see in their entirety. And then I would go back and catch up on those games during the week.
So
that was before they
might
had...
be in that aspect.
Yeah.
You might be. And we'll get to... I think this is an interesting topic, and I don't think it happens, but I've heard a lot of Joe Burrow and what he said the other day and how annoyed and upset he seems with the Bengals. So we'll get into that and, if and what the Jets should get involved with that. But I can't, and you clearly can, I can't know the result, tape a game, and sit there and watch it. I can't do it. I won't do it. I've never done it. I'm not that person. I guess I'm not like a true purist of the game. Part of the reason that I'm so excited and titillated, as some might say, is because I need to watch a game without knowing what's going to happen in the game.
Yeah, I go back and, like I said, maybe there is a little bit more
You're
purity.
Like a student.
Student, right. I go back and so I still do that to this day, even without the Sunday ticket. Like, I mean, I've got NFL Plus. I'll go back and watch those. Like a couple of days ago, I finally got through Bengals-Bills, because that was a game that I DVR'd because I wanted to see the whole thing, from last week. But at the stadium, like, I got my iPad, and I'm locked into our game, of course, but I have the red zone on my iPad, like, while the game is going on, just to be able to somewhat be abreast of what's happening, around the league. But I'm not, like, locked into any whole game.
I understand. Yeah. I understand. Yeah, we love football, and it's the one sport that when your team is irrelevant, and we can absolutely both raise our hands and be like, yes, irrelevant, right here. At least for me, it's the one sport that even when your team is just god-awful, you're as involved and as interested as you would be if your team was sitting here at 13-1. At least for me, I feel. Do you feel like that also?
100%. I mean, look at your game this week. I mean, you got a 3-win team and a 2-win team going up against each other. Like, you really have to be a diehard to watch that game, but you're going to watch it.
Right. But not only that, it's like if the Giants and Jets were taken off of the schedule, didn't play, they disbanded for the rest of the season, I would still be as into a football Sunday. And I think that's why football is so awesome, because if it was hockey, I mean, I'd be I probably wouldn't even watch hockey if the Rangers were not involved. Right? NBA, Knicks, I'm interested in the Thunder right now, but that's just a special moment because of what they're doing.
Right.
But they have me totally into it, but the Knicks are the reason I watch. The Mets, probably baseball would be the one that I would get into also, but if the Mets ceased to exist or there were 60 games under, I certainly wouldn't be as excited. Football, they own me. There's nothing I could do to release myself from the grips of the NFL.
Right, it's a lifelong habit. And just as a human being, forget about as a sports fan or what you do with your work. I mean, your life responsibilities, there's only so many things you can keep on your plate. You know, all the things you want to pile onto your plate, and sports is the same thing. It's like there's only so much you can consume, but football becomes the priority because first of all, it's 1 day a week. I mean, for the most part, it's 1 day a week.
Yeah, right.
You know, but you make the commitment.
So this Joe Burrow story, I'm just looking at a piece of sound that RJ sent.
Yeah.
I think this is the one we start with.
Have you seen the visual yet? Or just
of him standing up there and I haven't sat there and seen the entirety of it. I saw a brief in passing I saw it.
Yeah.
Why? What is it like? Jarring?
Well, no. I mean, if you saw the clip, I mean, it's not like he was sitting there moving himself throughout his press conference. He was just sitting there slouched in the chair. He looked miserable. And I guess you're going to throw to the sound, but the question that I have, and I know how I think a lot of people are spinning this.
But I'm not even going to throw to the Burrow sound. I think the one to me that's most like, oh my God, I'll play. But go ahead.
No, what I was going to say was instead of what does this mean for the Jets, and I've been one of these guys for months who've been kind of beating that drum about, hey, you know what, Jets, get involved. There could be something here. This, to me, I think goes down a potentially different path altogether in that, are we talking about a guy who just has been so beaten down?
Like an Andrew Luck situation?
Like an Andrew Luck, and he might be done with football. Forget about, I don't want to play in Cincinnati anymore. Maybe he just doesn't want to play in the NFL, period.
Well, that would be torturous. And as a football fan, we just discussed the magnitude of how much we love football. That would stink. Like, I watched him last week. It's like watching it's like watching Picasso paint. Like watching him play football is beautiful. It really is. Like the way he's able to throw the football and read the defense and find the matchups, he's amazing. If I had that stripped away, I feel the same way with Andrew Luck. Like I feel like I was deprived of watching 5 years of an elite quarterback. And in my estimation, Joe Burrow is actually better than Andrew Luck because he's doing more with even less, and that would be a real shame. We'll get to the game last night as well. What a collapse! I mean, the Bucs deserve everything they get, man. Everything they get. That is a disastrous football team right now.
How about I mean, obviously injuries have completely wrecked the season because they haven't been able to get it back on track. But remember, mid-October, people were talking about Tampa Bay as a Super Bowl contender.
Oh my God,
Baker Mayfield in the
was
MVP.
An MVP candidate. He's right there. Daniel Jones and Baker Mayfield were your two leaders in the MVP race, and Tampa, when you did your top 5 power rankings, who's the best, right? Tampa Bay was on everybody's list. And I don't think Baker is bad, but that interception yesterday, inexcusable. Because they go down, kick a field goal. They're not losing that football game. That is an inexcusable interception.
Well, I mean, he threw one. I mean, think about this. And Emeka Egbuka was in the conversation for Offensive Rookie of the Year. I mean, the dude was amazing the first, month of 4 or 5 weeks of the season. But, even last week's game against the Saints, I know it was in, a rainstorm, but he threw a horrible interception last week. And I know that he's playing with, basically a separated left shoulder. But, I mean, he threw it right to a Saints player. The one last night, like you said. But think about Tampa Bay as a whole. You just lost to 2 division rivals who were both dead and buried at home in a span of 4 days. That's awful.
It's pathetic. It's with not even the same quarterbacks they started the year with.
I mean, I don't have to tell you who beat Atlanta this year. I mean, that's a bad loss for Tampa Bay.
No, that's not a bad loss. That's a devastating loss. Not only that, Dan, you led by 14 points in the fourth quarter and allowed them to go down, score, and for some reason, because this is what we do, this is what analytics tell us, you have to go for 2. So they go for 2, they miss it.
Yep.
They score again off the interception. They go for 2 to tie it. They miss it. They get the play calling is mind-boggling on the last drive. They have too much time. On that drive, there's a 3rd and 28. They get it. They get into field goal range, and they win the game. The game, to me, that I look back at and was the most pathetic, embarrassing loss of the season was the Giants and the Broncos. Last night, if you're a Buccaneers fan, it has to mirror that because at least I take a little bit of solace in saying, A, my game was on the road, And B, the Denver Broncos, whether you think they're great or going to win the whole thing, are a good football team.
Right.
At 11-2 now. Like, that's proven out. You collapsed to a team that had absolutely nothing to play for at home in the fourth quarter.
And questionable coaching decisions, too, in that fourth quarter. Like you said, Atlanta was trying to help them out by going for 2 and missing. But, like, even in the middle of all that sequence, Tampa Bay's approach offensively, throwing the ball, dude, you got a 2-score lead. Run the ball, eat some of the clock. And they're coming out throwing. Baker gets picked off. That play where, and I don't know how they didn't end up with the ball, Hassan Reddick, when he strip sacks Cousins and can't take the football. And what did they say? It was like joint possession?
Yeah, they said it was joint possession. Or how about the one where Mooney fumbled at the 10? There's the entire Tampa Bay defense is on the ball, and somehow it remains with the Falcons. Now, I swear to God, I swear on all things holy, on my kids, on my wife, on my family, on my work, on everything. I saw this on Twitter last night, and I was like, okay. So the AI people, like all these brilliant computer folks, they got to work quickly. And the Todd Bowles audio right after the game was manipulated beautifully, and this is what they came up with. It was only in watching it more and more, and then the reactions of, like, guys, this is in fact true. I went to the internet. I started looking up, was this true? The audio we're going to play, Dan. Yeah. I don't know if you had the same reaction last
1,000%.
night.
I didn't know. I said to RJ this morning, I didn't know, because I know him a little bit, obviously, from when he was here. I didn't know he had that in him.
I didn't know anybody had that in them. I mean, this is.
I mean, this was right out of,
hear a lot.
Eddie Murphy Raw.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy Raw blushed at this last night from Todd Bowles. I didn't know he had it in him, and you won't hear a lot because you're just going to hear bleeps. This is true. We vetted it. It is real. It is audio after the game. Here is Todd Bowles reacting to his team's collapse.
It's inexcusable. You don't make excuses. You gotta care enough where the hurts. You gotta care enough where the hurts. It gotta mean something to you. It's more than a job. It's your livelihood. How well do you know your job? How well do your job? Well, you can't sugarcoat that. It was inexcusable, and there's no answer for it. There's no excuse for it. That's what you tell them in the locker room. Look in the mirror.
First of all, I never heard anything like that. I didn't know you could curse that much in like a 20-second soundbite. And secondarily, he and I'm not someone that's anti-cursing. I mean, we curse plenty.
Love
around
a good
my house.
curse.
You have to be fined for that, no?
I think it probably could happen. And you know what's interesting, too? Like, this division's horrible, as we know. And give it to the old script writers of the NFL. Carolina and Tampa Bay, at worst, are going to be tied for first place after this week because Carolina goes down to New Orleans. And remember, the Saints kicked Carolina's rear end in Carolina a couple of weeks ago. So you don't even know if that's necessarily a game the Panthers will win. Panthers and Bucs play each other twice in the final 3 weeks of the season.
Yes.
Go
and
script writers.
I think, amazingly enough, Tampa has the odds to win the division. But, my God, they are making this into a real meal. But if you're the NFL, you can't have – because image is everything to this league.
Yeah.
You can't have a face of a franchise go to the podium and drop like 11 curses in a 20-second span in a post-game press conference. You can't. He has to be fined, doesn't he?
You would think, but maybe the thing that's going to save him a little bit as far as the total vitriol is that he was composed while he was saying it, which he was.
But when you curse, aren't you typically agitated when you curse? Like,
yeah,
I've never seen anyone that's just like, you're right, totally composed, which is why I was so confident it was a fake. Because when you curse like that and you're angry like that, you don't usually do it like, so as I'm saying bleep and then bleep. Like you emote. And he had no emotion, but he was just cursing like a crazy man. So I'm getting nasty emails today, and I don't know why. But Jay Soul sends an email.
Jay Soul, the former Mets pitcher?
No, Jay Soul.
Oh, Soul.
Yeah. Joe Burrow doing more with less than Andrew Luck might be far and away the dumbest thing you've ever said with a straight face. Do you forget T.Y. Hilton and Philip Dorsett were on the same level? Do you think those guys were Chase and Higgins? No, you jackwagon. I don't think that Dorsett and T.Y. Hilton are on the same level. Do you know how bad the offensive line has been with Cincinnati? Mm-hmm. I saw something yesterday that said Joe Burrow's best offensive line that since he's been here was 27th in the NFL. Yeah. The defense that Joe Burrow goes to battle with every week. So did I?
And this year he hasn't had his best defensive player like the whole season.
Right. So did I sit here and say, in fact, that the receivers were far and away better on those Colts teams? No. So open your ears up, you jackass, and listen to me. That's not what I said. Don't turn this into a Todd Bowles situation.
I was going to say, don't go Todd Bowles here.
Where I have to just sit here and throw expletives your way and hope to not get fined. That's not what I said. I said the team as a whole, Jay Soul. So stop. If you're going to email stupidity, then email it to somebody else. All right, now that that's off my chest. Let's take a break. We'll come back. And Joe Burrow, is there a real chance that this thing could happen? We discuss it next. DNR with you right here on ESPN New York. Shut up! Shut up!
John Ryan.
Yeah, Dad.
I think I came up with a killer slogan for our law firm. D'Agostino and Associates, bite back.
Bite back?
Yeah. When someone hurts you, you bite back. We'll be the law firm that bites back.
Dad, that's brilliant. Accident victims, call D'Agostino and Associates and bite back. Hey, we could even put a big vicious dog on billboards everywhere.
Yeah, and Rottweilers on buses.
Hey, how about a toll-free number?
What are you thinking?
You know, like 1-800-BITE-BACK.
1-800-BITE-BACK. That's brilliant.
But what if people hear fight back?
Easy. I'll spell it out for them, like 1-800-BITE. Back. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
Love it. Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
All this talk about biting back got me hungry.
Me too. Want to grab lunch?
Sure. Hey, how about a jingle?
You mean like D'Agostino, law, bite back?
We are proud to serve our country, to serve our local communities, to wear the uniform, to be a soldier, to serve abroad when and where duty calls. We are ready to stand with our brothers and sisters to defend, to serve, to fight. We're always ready, we're always there. We are the New York Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New York Army National Guard.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2025. Last chance! Donate now for a 2025 tax deduction.
1 in every 6 men is likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. That's why New York Presbyterian wants to remind men over 50 to book a prostate cancer screening. A simple blood test is all it takes. It could save your life. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester at locations near you. Schedule your annual prostate cancer screening today at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Out here, it's football season, where nothing beats backyard grilling, gathering around the fire pit, and cheering on your favorite team with friends. The yard is mowed, the lights are strung, and the grill is warming up. Whether you need to fill up your propane, get a new grill, or even a generator, out here, it's game day. And we're ready for it. Tractor Supply, for life out here.
DNR with you, ESPN New York. We roll along on a football Friday. We didn't even get into the crux of what we want to do today. I obviously want to get into the Mets. And, I am one of the few that stands by there has to be a plan. There is no way that we are entering this important offseason, losing Alonso, moving on from Nimmo, not keeping Diaz, and that there's no plan in place. I just don't believe it. And I don't want to get into it deeply now, but each and every day, David Stearns and the Mets are making it much more difficult to believe.
It's like the 5 stages of grief, right, with the Mets. That's what this week has been like. And I think I'm at the stage now of, I guess I'm probably at acceptance. I think we bypassed the denial thing, at least I did right off the bat. So now you've kind of like processed everything. And that's, I think you and I share the same kind of thought on it is there's got to be a plan. Like that's what I was saying to people. Yes, like there's got to be a plan. I would just love to know what it is.
I agree. And we will find out, and we will either crucify David Stearns, and he will go from being, an icon or beloved in the city to being absolutely hated. And I got to tell you, and we'll get into it later, I promise. But, Steve Cohen was like a savior. And now you hear a lot of, he just did this for the casino, and now the casino is approved. I would be stunned if that was the case. But let me tell you something. If this offseason amounts to nothing for the Mets, and it's all subtractions, and it's the Paul Goldschmidts of the world, you're going to hear me have a meltdown to the depths that you've never heard before.
You and a lot of other people. But, I mean, I want to sound like a 30 for 30 here for a second, but what if I told you, after talking to some people that were down at the winter meetings and, in the know in Major League Baseball, that maybe, just maybe, this isn't all David Stearns is doing?
What does that mean?
Meaning that
Cohen is involved in
the owner may have a little bit more pull, and he's the owner, of course, but in terms of some of these moves and the thought process behind it, that maybe this is more the owner than we're being led to believe.
Maybe. All I know is if it's not remedied, I'm going to lose it.
Sure.
In a very epic way.
You know what I forgot about? Like, because I think it was either yesterday or the day before. Like talking to a buddy of mine. Like, we just look at last year's Mets team as a complete and utter disaster failure.
I think it might be the worst season in the history of baseball.
I forgot. Because, like, again, all you think about is failure. Failure and didn't make the playoffs. 2 things, right? I totally forgot they only, and I say only, won 83 games. Like, that 83 number, like, completely escaped my mind from the time the season ended till, like, now. They only won 83 games.
Which is an embarrassment.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's an embarrassment. I mean, you lost out to the Cincinnati Reds, who were like for them, what a great win. For the Mets, what an epic collapse.
Well, they backed in, yeah.
So this sound. We'll get back to the Mets later. We'll let you guys have your pound of flesh. And the Suarez is just another signing that you find to be distressing. Dan Orlovsky on Get Up. Here he is yesterday. And this, if you're a Jets fan, has to be music to your ears. Joe Burrow will be out of Cincinnati soon enough.
It's the beginning of the end for Joe Burrow in Cincinnati. The organization has absolutely failed him. If I'm the Jets, if I'm the Raiders, if I'm the Vikings, if I'm the Steelers, I'm figuring out a way, coming off of what happened just yesterday, getting together and saying, how do we get Joe Burrow? How do we start the process of making Joe Burrow our quarterback? Because he obviously no longer wants to be in Cincinnati.
All right, so I hear that, and you have those thoughts immediately, right? Like what teams need and what teams are decked out with draft capital up the wazoo, and that is the Jets. Dan, I'm trading. You name it, you can have it. So I'm not exaggerating with you. Now I don't know that you might know it, and if not, Ray might know it, and if Ray doesn't, I know Ray can look it up. Mm-hmm. My understanding is you can only trade out 3 years of picks in the NFL. You can't do like NBA, like 5 picks every other year, number one. But my question would be, and maybe you don't know it, and I'm putting you on the spot, and then you can yell at me, that's fine. Are you allowed to trade more than 3 ones over this span? Or can it only be 3 ones that you can deal away?
I don't know the answer to that question. Right. I don't know. But, I mean, they've got 5 over the next 2 years. But here's the question then. You trading all 5?
I mean, listen.
I don't think it'll take all 5, by the way.
I wouldn't want to. I would. I would.
I don't think you could do that.
I would anything not. I would trade anything.
Well, Dave, here's the thing, and I hear what you're saying, and I know that the situation is very bad right now. They don't have an option at quarterback, and Joe Burrow, is one of the best when he's on the football field. But there are a couple of minuses you could point to. And look, if you told me that Joe Burrow wants to come play here, I'll drive to Cincinnati myself. I'll eat Skyline chili straight for 24 hours, and I'll drive him back.
If that's via the drive, you really want to drive back with a belly full of Skyline chili, though?
If you can guarantee me Joe Burrow, a healthy Joe Burrow for the rest of his career in green and white, I would do it. I'd even drink milk with the Skyline chili.
Well,
and
I don't know how
you could.
That's disgusting. I don't know how you could guarantee a healthy Joe Burrow because that's never the case.
Well, and that's why you're not going to give up 5 first-rounders, because here's the other thing, too. Even if he's healthy, you don't want to create a situation here that's reminiscent of Cincinnati to where he's got nothing else around him. Like, let's face it, the Jets still have work to do apart from the quarterback position to build out the roster around whoever the quarterback is going to be, and that's why these draft choices are valuable.
I know, and you're right. But, I mean, the offensive line with the Jets, and the Jets stink, right? And
have you seen the defense, Bob?
It's been your defense is not good.
No.
I would give up anything. I would. Like, all of a sudden, you would trade for him. He would be instantaneously the best quarterback in the history of the franchise. He would. The offensive line, which is what's failed him so terribly, is so much better. It's one of the few bright spots surrounding this team this year. The offensive line has actually been pretty good, and the Membu pick was good, and they have real talent there. Would I trade 5? I mean, maybe that's me morning of having this conversation. Maybe not. But would I go above and beyond what anybody else would be willing to do? I would make an offer that was so grand that Cincinnati would have to accept it if he was available.
I'm looking up that number, like you said, of just what a team can technically trade away every pick they own. Remember what the Saints did?
They traded the whole draft away.
Ditka, right.
For Ricky Williams. Yeah, of course.
So that's the entire draft. I don't know specifically, like you said, if there is number one, with number one draft
I don't know.
choices.
Are you only allowed to trade 3 ones? Or because you have 5 and it's over the next 2 years, could you trade all 5 because it's within that window of being allowed to trade them? So that I'm uncertain about. And would I trade 5? No. I mean, I've never heard of a trade like that. I mean, the worst trade I've ever seen was the Herschel Walker to the Vikings trade with the amount that the Cowboys got back. But there was loopholes back then, and Dallas executed each and every one of them. Maybe I wouldn't go 5, but I would make an offer that was so startling that Cincinnati would say, all right, we don't want to deal him, but we are getting so much in return, we kind of have to deal him.
No, you would have to get creative. I mean, you're not going to trade your 5 ones, but remember, you got all those 2s as well. You have multiple second-round picks over the next couple of years, so you're talking some combination.
And high picks, too.
They're high, right. And by the way, think about the gold mine that Colts draft pick is going to be for next year. And then certainly next year, and who knows about 27.
Well, they're not going to make the playoffs this year.
Colts aren't going to win another game.
No. So
that's a top 15 pick right there.
Right.
If they keep losing.
Right. Now, if you're the Jets, that gives you ammunition to move up and take the Fernando Mendoza, if that's the guy that you're in love with, and I can't imagine you're not in love with, Joe Burrow. Could you?
Right.
I mean, how excited were we when the Jets landed Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers is he's a blip on what Joe Burrow is.
Well, at this stage of his career.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's when you got Aaron Rodgers.
Like you said, the Jets have had Rodgers, they've had Brett Favre, but that was at the end of their careers. You're getting Joe Burrow still in the prime of his career, if indeed he thinks he can, still play. But he's had an injury history. He's had an ACL.
Look, it's a pulled. No, he's had big. He tore his ACL, right? Yeah. He ruined his wrist, right? He came out in the middle of that game and was a mess.
The toe this year.
The toe, these are big injuries. But, I mean, who better to bet on than Joe Burrow, though? Joe Burrow is in the business of taking irrelevant franchises and making them relevant.
Look, I've been on this for months, and I would love for this to materialize, but we're still a long ways from it. A long way. But I think I certainly think there is a path to get it done, because no executive, and I'm going to speak for Darren Muji here, no executive would give up 5 first-round picks for a guy who, despite the fact he's really good, he's not a perfect player. There is no perfect player because of the injuries and all this other stuff.
Listen, you're right. And when push came to shove, would I give up 5 ones? Probably not.
No,
but I'm just telling
you would
that
be fired for it.
I would give a package that was so unbelievable that I will tell you this. if he gets dealt to another team and the Jets are not making the best offer, I think that Darren Muji should be fired.
Well, think about it. Some combination of the ones, the twos, you could throw in an actual veteran player to send back the other way. Like there is a path to get this done. But Burrow's going to have to trade off.
The only thing that does, in fact, worry me is that you look at Cincinnati like that's not even a real NFL franchise, right? Like they have to cross the street in full uniform to get to practice. They're selling the TVs and the facility to anybody that's willing to come pick them up. Like that, it's an embarrassment of a franchise. That being said, the Jets are not the model of greatness and consistency either. Is he willing to play for the Jets? Because in fairness, he could say, "I'm not going to the Jets."
He's got the right of first refusal.
I'm already. I just finished playing. The reason I want out is because the team is dysfunctional. I want to go to the Jets.
See, the thing is that Joe, is he going to be enamored with, let's say, coming to the city and Madison Avenue and all that stuff? We know that he likes, having fun with all that. He's into the whole fashion thing.
Yeah, he likes nice stuff. There's no doubt about it.
Is that going to appeal to him to, take up shop here and try to resurrect a franchise that hasn't won in decades? Maybe.
Oh, the story is delicious, though, I will tell you.
Now, in a perfect world, the Jets find themselves in a situation come draft time to where maybe they're in a position to get, if it's Fernando Mendoza, the quarterback that they desire, whoever it is, to where then they're not going to have to sacrifice a boatload to bring in a Joe Burrow or something like that.
Yeah.
But there is a danger in that, too.
There's many levels to this, but boy, oh boy.
It's insane. And here's the shame of it, though. Like, we're having this conversation again, right? I mean, from a Jets standpoint, it's like, why just can't they get a quarterback? Find a quarterback. You know what I mean?
Because they can't.
It's like every 2-3 years.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. Phone lines are lighting up. This is a really hot-button topic. 800-919-3776. We'll get into the Mets, of course. Raanan, Cimini, the back-to-back combo. They're going to join us in the 7 o'clock hour. We're going to go around the league. We've got the frenzy. We've got the picks. We've got the plays of the week. It's a really great Football Friday. DNR with you right here on ESPN New York.
FanDuel Friday is turning it up with NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. FanDuel is dropping limited-time specials to get you in the zone. That includes boosts, bonuses, and some surprises, all designed to bring that Friday energy. This isn't just another promo, it's your weekly pregame. So when you're wrapping up the work week, what better way to bring on the weekend than with the NBA Happy Hour? Every Friday, 6 to 7:30 p.m., only on FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. FanDuel is dropping limited-time specials to get you in the zone. That includes boosts, bonuses, and some surprises, all designed to bring that Friday energy. Visit FanDuel.com/Rick to grab your reward before the clock expires. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions do apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
Hey, it's Michael Kay, talking to you about my friends at PC Richard & Son. They're local, family-owned, and I trust them, and you can too. Right now, save on all holiday gifts for everyone on your list. And with their holiday price guarantee, your price is protected. If the price goes lower from now through December 24th, they will match it. You can't beat it. Plus, you get fast and free delivery. PC Richard & Son, the company you could trust for over 116 years. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
D'Agostino, law, bite back. I'm injury attorney John Ryan D'Agostino, nicknamed The Closer, continuing D'Agostino & Associates' legacy of helping the injured for over 35 years. My father, John D'Agostino, built this injury firm to help accident victims.
This is John D'Agostino, and this is a family firm. For us, it's about doing what's right and making sure somebody pays for your pain. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-BITE BACK.
They call me The Closer because big or small, in court or out, I'm fighting to get the job done, to win, to get you every dollar you deserve.
D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there and I'll be there for you. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
For over 100 years, Slomin's has been your trusted partner in comfort. When it comes to home heating oil, we deliver more than just quality fuel. We deliver peace of mind. With price protection, automatic deliveries, 24/7 service, and up to 30 days to pay your invoice. Our dedicated team is just a call away, ensuring you stay warm and comfortable all winter long. Sloman's, New York and New Jersey's largest heating oil provider, proudly serving our community for generations. Give us a call today at 866-GET-HEAT or visit oil.slomans.com.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, commitment issues? No problem. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever, as in for life. Switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, you may experience slower speeds. Pay $25 a month as long as you stay on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Discover a driving experience crafted to inspire. At Garden City Mazda, exceptional design and sophisticated performance come together during the Mazda More to Move You sales event. Lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5 for just $229 a month at Garden City Mazda.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
From the regular season to the Super Bowl, ESPN New York is your destination for football. We've got crazy fans.
If the Giants somehow beat the Cowboys, I'm going to take a dump on your head.
You can feel good because you're a damn football team. Expert analysis.
Marcus Spears joins us now, ESPN NFL analyst Damian Woody.
Mel Kiper Jr.
The Hall of Famer Steve Young.
He's kind of our resident general manager, Louis Riddick.
We got Mike Tannenbaum right now.
And all your fantasy and wagering needs. This is ESPN New York. We are football.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. Dan Grasso with us today. Do you have any plans this afternoon, Dan?
There's word, and again, this is always big news when it happens, and it's a rare occasion because it hasn't happened in quite a while. But there is going to be a post-show breaking of the bread with the Three Musketeers. Yes.
Wow. Oh, you know what? I would like to extend an invitation to you.
To me?
Yeah, to you. We are having our big year-end show gathering next Wednesday post-show. We're going out for a nice brunch. I have the place. Raymond has been into this place. We didn't eat there, but we were kind of taken aback by the beauty of this place.
The majesty of the place.
Of the studios next Wednesday, December the 17th. I would like to cordially invite you to this event.
Wednesday, December. Why do I think I have something?
You'll have to figure that out, but you're invited.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah.
That is big.
So it sounds like you're doing a post-show event today. Well, I got another news for you.
Yeah.
See, here's the problem. As much as you would like it, not everyone that's listening can go to your guys' brunch after the show today, right?
Right.
But where they can go to meet the upper echelon of what ESPN has to offer is a holiday party.
Yes.
And the ESPN New York holiday party is today. Both the K Show along with DHR are bringing the holiday cheer to your mother's house, Dan, in Garden City Park, Long Island.
My mother didn't tell me about this.
Yeah, ask her. Once again, we're collecting unwrapped toy donations this year to benefit the Garden of Dreams Foundation. It all kicks off at 1 o'clock today at your mother's house. Now, for more information and to purchase VIP access, check out the ESPN New York app, brought to you by Amazon Pickup, Security Dodge, Spiked Aid, made for big city social stamina. So I don't know how you can't be excited and want to go to that.
Well, it's perfect. It's a Friday.
Yep.
You know, most people have the weekend off. You don't have to do anything. You know, I know there might be a little bit of traffic, but you know what? You take your time. You get there. It's a large window. You know, you have the 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours to play with. You'll get there in one piece. You have a good time. And then you can just do whatever you got to do on the weekend. It's fantastic.
It really is fantastic, and you meet all the guys.
I
mean, you get 4 guys at this event. You got Michael, and then when Michael's done with his show at 3:00, he's going to hang out. He'll sign autographs. He'll take pictures. You'll get to really see how enormous of a human being Michael K is. And before DHR goes on air, they'll be hanging out during the K show, so you can meet those guys.
Can I go back to the thing on the 17th, the breakfast invite or the post-show invite thing? Can you text me the name of the place?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Ray, remember when we walked into that place and it was like magical?
Taken aback.
Yeah.
I like to get a good feel of a place, like before I commit. You know what I mean?
And I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah.
Raymond, RJ, the fact that he's not committing to the event.
No, I see what you're doing. That's not it at all.
Until he knows the place. I don't feel comfortable with that.
No, here's the thing. Because I'm neurotic when it comes to certain things, some people would call me finicky. If they have a nice menu online, I like to survey and look at the menu to give myself a little bit of a kind of understanding as to what I'm getting myself into, so I don't take up too many other people's time.
Either you want to go or you don't.
Well, no, it's like this.
The company.
Look,
that you'd be sitting with moves it for you or doesn't.
If I can do it, and I got to check and see what I got going on Wednesday. If I can do it, I would be content just going there and drinking ice water and not even have to order anything off the menu just for the company and the camaraderie.
Paella. It didn't stop. It didn't feel like that.
I know. See, and I apologize because I think, like you said, I know you're right to maybe think that that's what I was trying to convey, but that's not it at all. If I didn't want to go, or if I was blowing smoke up you know what, I would just say I don't want to go. And but okay. No, I like kind of, that's a cool spot. Never heard of this. Oh, when somebody tells me, I had lunch with my buddy the other day, and he brought up this, I was like, that's interesting. You know what I did? I put it right in my phone to check it out.
Okay. Yeah. All right. RJ, you heard the way he reacted to that. Like, you don't think my response is unfounded, right? You were taken aback with that a little bit?
Yeah. Listen.
He's RJ. He's well within his rights to think that because it may have came off that way. But I'm sitting here I guarantee you that is not what I was going for.
So this is why I believe Dan, because there's no better meal organizer within these walls, not just currently, but period, than Dan Grassa. So I do want to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Is that true?
I think that is true. I believe that to be true.
Nobody loves a post-show brunch more than you.
But because they're so infrequent, that's why.
But you make it happen. You don't just talk about it.
You push. In fact, some have told me you're overly aggressive.
I don't believe that.
Well, how can you be overly aggressive?
Who told you this?
People, more than one person be like, man, Grout, when he wants to go to a brunch, he puts on the full court press.
I don't think that's true at all.
Remember the 40 Minutes of Hell that Nolan Richardson used to put on for Arkansas back in the day? Yeah.
Sure.
I'm told it's very comparable to that.
Interesting.
By the way, I sent you the place.
All right, let's see.
I'd appreciate if you didn't say the name of it on air, but you look through that.
We were never going to say the name of it on air. Now, come on. What are we, hacks?
Rick could absolutely say the name on it.
Rick's not here.
You know, like you can't judge a book by its cover. If you could judge a book by the name of the place, this is pretty good.
The places, and I've been there before, and we walked in, and I was like, like Ray, did you hear like magical bells when we walked into that place?
Look at it felt that way.
You go on the front page, and it has like the major global cities that this establishment is located in.
Yeah.
Like not like just like in the tri-state area. No. The globe.
The globe. And let me sweeten the pot for you.
The guy on the front page is doing like the Salt Bay pose.
You're right.
It's fantastic.
let me add just one little piece of that might even make it more special for you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
It's not a cheap restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be going for free.
No. See, then I'm out.
Yeah, you'll be going for free.
I'm out.
No.
I'm out.
You're not out.
I'm
out. This is my give back to you guys.
No.
For RJ walking in at 3:40 every day.
Then let me help.
For Rick and all the funny stuff and the amount of time he puts into the show. For John, for as good as he is to us. For Brownshire, I don't know why Brownshire gets invited, but for you and all your involvement here, I am picking up the tab for this meal of meals. Yes, I am.
I would like to contribute.
Even
if it's a tip.
I will not accept your money.
Let me contribute.
Nope. No. Last year we went very different location in the city. It was glorious. We made a scene. We always make a scene that could be looked at negatively, but no. I will not take $1 from any of you guys. I pick up the tab for this meal. I don't know what Rick does. Rick, who has more money than anybody at the station, does nothing holiday-wise for us, but this meal is on me.
Yeah, why do you think he doesn't want to get involved?
I don't know. This is led by me, too.
So you were the organizer.
Oh, RJ, this can't even be debated, right? This was pushed entirely by me, right?
Yeah, this is a one-person push.
Yes.
Well, you know what? If you can make the one-person push happen, then more power to you.
This is a better version of the tush push is what it is.
I think our little informal thing today was very kind of just off the cuff. I think it might have been yesterday that I was just like, hey, you know what? Like, and I shot the guys a text. What do you say? And they were both like, yeah, I think that's a good idea. And so it's happening.
I love it. All right, let's get to some of the calls on this Joe Burrow topic. Let's start out with Mr. Jet. He is Ira in Staten Island. Hello, Ira. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Dave. Good morning, Dan. And enjoy your lunch or whatever get-together you're going to have. The Joe Burrow thing, listen, you know, however this thing plays out, because he is going to be out of Cincinnati, the Jets, they just can't get outbid. Whatever the price is, without getting like completely crazy, they just can't get outbid. And things, and I'll go up and drive here now.
We're losing Ira. The phone line is a disaster, so we're going to have to move on.
Better chance of the Jets getting Joe Burrow or Ira getting through that phone call with the
Jets getting Joe Burrow.
That's good.
There was no chance he was going to get through that.
I thought it was like apropos. I was like, boy, you know, like the way this call's going, that might be their chances of getting Burrow. Who knows?
Oh my God, could you imagine? You were excited landing Aaron Rodgers. Remember that the excitement was palpable landing Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember Brett Favre excitement too.
This would be, come on, this would be so much bigger and so much better and so much more important and you'd have such a bigger window. Like, this would be so exciting.
But can I give you the but? And you know, maybe if you've been around this like your entire life and you think like glass half empty and what could go wrong will go wrong. So I even said this to somebody like, yeah, Aaron Rodgers here with really no I mean, Aaron Rodgers is Brett Favre compared to Joe Burrow when it comes to their injury histories in their career. You know, Aaron Rodgers was like an Iron Man compared to Joe Burrow, okay? Yep. It took Aaron Rodgers 4 plays for a season-ending injury. What's Joe Burrow going to be, like 1.5 plays or 2 plays?
So what am I going to do then? I'm just never going to try?
No, I mean, of course you have to try, but I think fans are going to be conditioned. Like, well, I mean, you saw what happened when Aaron Rodgers. Why is this going to be any different? Right, if it can go wrong, it will go wrong.
Okay, then why draft a quarterback? Then why play in the NFL? Then why try to make yourself better? Like, I get it. I understand that you're frustrated by what the Jets have been. You should be. It's been pathetic. But we're talking about one of the great quarterbacks of this generation. And I don't know that it happens, but if you have a chance to get him, you got to move heaven and earth to try to get him.
Oh, 100%.
In my opinion.
100%. I mean, think about it. He's one of the 2 guys that has beaten Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs in Kansas City. And the other guy is not going to play football any longer, and he's, you know, considered the greatest of all time.
Correct. And led that team on a run, which even though they lost in the Super Bowl, I think they were right there.
They had a fourth-quarter lead, didn't they?
They even should have won that game. And look at the run that they beat Buffalo and Buffalo. He got by Josh Allen.
Well,
he got by Mahomes. Like, it's an epic run.
Let me turn it around on you. The guy who was the defensive coordinator of those teams and who, you know, thought he had a good plan for Mahomes compared to others, like, is in the running to be your new head coach. Are you on board with that?
Who are we talking about?
Lou Anarumo.
I know they like Anarumo.
Staten Island guy, former Giant assistant back in the day.
A lot of local flavor. You hear Halfley, who's a Jersey guy. You're Anarumo.
I just don't know if.
Yeah, I don't.
You want to go the first time route again?
This is a snobbish thing to say. I don't know that Lou Anarumo moves the needle for me. Just like, but I don't know. I mean, I could absolutely be wrong. You know, I feel like the head coach is so similar to like the quarterback that you draft. Like, I thought Brian Dable was going to be great. After year 1, I would have bet everything I had on Brian Dable, and the guy turned out to be a colossal failure.
Let me ask you a question. Because yesterday I was, I did a spot yesterday in Nashville.
Oh.
Because the Titans, they're playing San Francisco this week, as RJ knows.
Right.
And so a guy by the name of Bob Saleh is going to be on the sidelines, and Saleh's getting talked up a lot as a Titans head coaching candidate.
Okay.
And one of the questions they asked me, like towards the end, and I'll bounce it off you, if you were an owner, general manager, whatever, and you were in the head coaching cycle this upcoming offseason, which candidate would you be more inclined to roll the dice on, Brian Dable or Robert Saleh?
I would say Saleh, And I'll tell you why. Because the stink of Dable is fresher. Like,
That's what I said. That's what I said.
At least Saleh has gone through a cycle where, like, okay, he's kind of. Now, I don't know that either guy's going to be a great head coach. Like, some guys, some coaches are just, it doesn't materialize. You could be an elite assistant, and it doesn't materialize to be the head coach.
Well, that quote-unquote stench, as you said, like Saleh's getting that out of his system this year, being a defensive coordinator. Dable might need at least one season of that. Yeah.
Like maybe Dable needs to go and resurrect another quarterback and turn him into the guy that we thought he could be and have success with that offense and then get hired away from that. I think there needs to be kind of a regeneration of Brian Dable.
Like Terminator 2, regeneration.
And I think Saleh has done that. Like, if I would have told you you would have hired Saleh off of the Jets, you would have been like, oh, no.
Right.
Right?
Right, and Saleh's done a great job. RJ knows it. I mean, what he's done with that defense this year, without the two best players on that defense.
Is he a great defensive coordinator, or can he be a great head coach? I don't think we have the answer to that.
No, and the funny thing about it is, like, Dable at least had the 1 year that Saleh as a head coach didn't have a year as good as Dable's first year. So it's like the overall body of work is not impressive as a head coach for either one of these guys, and Dable's highs were higher than Saleh's, but to your point, I think most people would still probably roll the dice and at least right now give Saleh the benefit of the doubt for a second go-round.
All right, let us roll the dice again and see if Ira's phone line is any better. Let's see what you got now, Ira.
Hey, I think this should be better. So, listen, with Burrow, you got to get him. You can't get outbid. The only concerns I have is his type of personality going to be too much fair and Glenn, because that's what happened with Rodgers. That was one of the reasons. And number two, and this is a big factor, Zach Wilson's agent is Joe Burrow's agent. And he knows what goes on with the Jets and what happened with quarterbacks and how the organization runs. And that would be something I'd be more concerned about Joe Burrow's agent than the Jets not coming up with the right type of bid.
I think you're right. I think that the Jets would go, and thanks for the call, and the line was much better. I think there's a better chance that Joe Burrow says, I don't want to, if it's him or his agent or his family or friend or whoever, I just played for the Jets. I don't want to go to, another Jets team.
Right, he doesn't want to go to Bengals East.
Right, I don't want to go to Bengals 2.0. No, thank you. So,
right, and the way that he's already looking at his NFL mortality. Right, because Joe Burrow's not young. Like, Joe Burrow, when he came into the league.
29?
Yeah, he was like, a 24, 25-year-old rookie or something like that, I think. Whereas, like, Sam Darnold was like 20 or something when he came into the NFL. But he's probably looking at this as, all right, if I get traded, the next stop, I hope, is going to be my last stop.
You're right.
He's already made more money than God, you know what I'm saying?
You wouldn't think about getting traded, and then where's the team after that going to be?
Right.
You would hope that the next stop is the last stop. Dan? Dan?
Yes.
Dave Rothenberg here.
Hi.
How are you? I want to tell I'm looking at you, Dan, and all my other friends out there about
Big
my
news,
friends.
Jazz hands.
At Bath Fitter. All right, so Dan, here's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
They offer custom bath renovations. The one I'm most partial to is the unique PermaFit solution. It's a watertight fit, and they're not in your house for weeks or days. It's 1 day max. That's it. All right, it's durable. It's easy to clean. No demo, no mess. And here's what we love. Lower cost than a standard replacement. And right now, Dan, there's no money down. There's no payments. None. Not a penny. No interest. 18 months. That's no interest until April of 2027. So here's what you do. You see their website or call for details and start designing your bath today like we did at bathfitter.com. More on Burrow, more on the Jets. We'll get into the Giants. We've got Cimini. We've got Raanan. We go around the league. We get into the Mets. We've got our picks. 1 hour down, 3 to go. Busy show. DNR with you, ESPN, New York. All right, let's add to the busyness and bring in the best. She is Debbie Duhaime.
Hi, Dave. Good morning, Dan. Let's see what's happening, guys. As you head to the Grand Central Parkway westbound, slowing down by the LIE. It's an accident being cleared. Remember, it's another gridlock alert day. If you're heading out to your mother's house later on this afternoon, watch for some slowdowns on Jericho Turnpike as you get out through the area of Garden City Park. Watch for some slowdowns right now as you head over to 3 eastbound at the New Jersey Turnpike in East Rutherford with a collision sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance. Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADebZone.org. I'm Debbie Duhaime on 880 ESPN New York.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
We are proud to serve our country, to serve our local communities, to wear the uniform, to be a soldier, to serve abroad when and where duty calls. We are ready to stand with our brothers and sisters to defend, to serve, to fight. We're always ready, we're always there. We are the New York Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New York Army National Guard.
When you're streaming Stranger Things on Netflix, hurry! Okay, wait! Shh! Don't take slow for an answer. Switch to Optimum Fiber for the fastest, most reliable, and most consistent internet speeds, starting at $25 a month. And this holiday season, get Netflix and so much more on us. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. Whoa, did you see that? Optimum, don't take slow for an answer. Netflix subscription required. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
All the way over Barzell, score! New York Islanders hockey is back at UBS Arena, and it's time to bring the family and make some noise. With more afternoon games this season, the Islanders have special kids-themed games and activities for young fans. Play games pregame at the park and head inside for fun on the concourse and on the ice. Tickets for the 2025-26 season are on sale now. Get your tickets at NewYorkIslanders.com.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
D'Agostino & Associates is a legacy firm, and I'm proud to be a part of that legacy. I'm Jenna D'Agostino, and like my father, I fight to get justice for the injured.
The hustle and grit of these streets shaped me. I'm John D'Agostino, and from the concrete to the courtroom, I built this injury firm 35 years ago to get accident victims justice. So call my team first, 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
You want justice? Think Jenna D'Agostino. Think D'Agostino & Associates. Justice isn't just a word. For us, it's a way of life. It's having compassion for your struggle and getting you paid for your pain. Now that's justice. D'Agostino & Associates means being there for the injured.
Seriously injured? Call my team first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there, and I'll be there for you.
D'Agostino Law Bite Back.
New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games are the perfect gift for everyone on your list.
Like me, your Aunt Jules. I told you I didn't need a gift this year, but I secretly really want one.
Or me, your neighbor Frank. I hope you didn't forget I'm coming to your holiday party tonight.
Or me. Why does no one ever think of the voiceover guy? Anyway, New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games have more winners and top prizes up to $5,000. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Getting more as a MyLowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 to 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowes.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
With Progressive Customer Service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last two, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
It's the beginning of the end for Joe Burrow in Cincinnati. The organization has absolutely failed them.
If I want to keep doing this, I have to have fun doing it. I've been through a lot. It's not fun, then what am I doing it for?
If I'm the Jets, I'm figuring out a way, getting together and saying, how do we get Joe Burrow? How do we start the process of making Joe Burrow our quarterback?
Who better to bet on than Joe Burrow, though?
I certainly think there is a path to get it done.
Joe Burrow is in the business of taking irrelevant franchises and making them relevant.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Oh, you would wish that were the home for Joe Burrow over in Florham Park. You imagine that? You'd develop, Dan Grouse saying for Rick today, you'd develop a relationship. You guys would probably hit the town, cause trouble, go to brunch.
All over the place.
All over the place.
Right, like, I don't know how much trouble you could cause at brunch, but that would be a scene.
Listen, I think Joe Burrow in like a big fur jacket. Last time we saw a quarterback wearing a big fur jacket for the Jets, he was winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he won a couple of games that were significant.
Yes.
And we're still waiting for a return for that.
By the way, last night, I mean, it was a good game, but there was no juice with the game last night, right? You agree with that?
It was abysmal. Dave, explain to me how many times you see a team with 19 accepted penalties and they won the game.
It's pathetic.
They had 10 at halftime. I mean, I'm like, really?
It was down by 14 in the fourth quarter.
It's like you win it. No, you win it. You win it. You win it. You win it. No, that's okay. You take it. You take it.
Tampa didn't want to win that game. So and it was an entertaining game, but there was no juice to that game. Do you know? I didn't until last night. Do you know what we have next Thursday?
Yeah, Rams Seahawks, right?
I mean, you could argue that's the game of the year.
That's a good game.
That's a.
I told you we got some good games the rest of the way.
That is a massive game, is what it is.
Huge.
Yeah. All right. So Jets Giants this weekend. Who's going to start a quarterback for the Jets? Is it going to be Brady Cook?
Looking like Brady Cook. Oh, I mean, look, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but these last 4 weeks of the season for the Jets, there is a strong possibility that the depth chart at quarterback for the final 4 games is going to look very
Martinez will be there.
Very similar to what we saw in August in the preseason.
I will say this. Mm-hmm. The Jets losing out, which I think there's a real possibility of. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'm on an island here. I don't think it would be a blessing if you're a Jets fan.
Well, look, you have a built-in excuse a little bit more if, in fact, you're rolling with the law firm of Cook and Martinez for the last 4 weeks.
That would be, I mean, there would be no quarterback room in maybe NFL history that's been worse than Brady Cook and Adrian Martinez.
I think you look at, like this week, for example, and look, I would be shocked if it's not Brady Cook this week because Tyrod and Justin Fields have not practiced at all.
What's the number on that now? Do we know?
The game this week? I think it's 13.5. Oh, yeah, I got one for you.
13, no, I'm just looking it up right now.
13.5?
Half is the number.
You want a little tidbit because I already started doing the work for the game on Sunday?
Sure.
How about this little factoid for the Jaguars? 13.5-point favorites.
Hang on, let me say what you're going to say.
Go ahead.
Biggest favorite they've ever been in franchise history.
No, it's not a franchise history, but do you want to go back to guess the year, the last time they were favored by that many points?
It's going to be against the Jets.
Oh, I don't know who it was against. I just have the year, I'm saying.
I'll give you the year. I know you'll get it. So.
I will say 2005.
7. Which, if I'm not mistaken, that was the year they won a playoff game. Wasn't that the year they beat the Steelers in the playoffs with MJD and Jack Del Rio.
I don't remember the year.
Dave Garrard.
Yeah, David Garrard from East Carolina.
Crohn's disease.
Yes. Yeah.
Shout out Crohn's disease.
I can't. How did you know that?
Because remember, he signed with the Jets. He was going to be the backup quarterback one of those years. And he had to, retire before the season started because maybe that was a contributing factor. He had, a health episode.
Yeah. He was a great guy. He went to school down in East Carolina. I was in Raleigh, so not too far away.
Mm-hmm.
Met him a number of times. A great guy.
Great guy, yeah, super guy.
Great guy. 800-919-3776. So, yeah, the Jets will play, and we get the blessing of the Jets and Giants playing at the exact same time.
And like I said, at the expense of Patriots-Bills.
Right, so we don't get Patriots-Bills. And then you get the Giants, and again, and this is such an awful place to live. And I get people all the time like, oh, you know what? Rooting for losses is such a loser attitude. You know what's a loser attitude? The fact that these teams are eliminated from playoff contention before you even get to December.
I know.
The fact that you get Halloween and you know they have no chance to go to the postseason. Yeah, I want the Giants to lose these games so that I can stare dead in the face the number one pick. Mendoza is the surefire number one pick, and somebody has to pay me a ransom to get that pick for me. That's what I want. If that's dumb, then I'm stupid. But what about beating Washington would give me any excitement moving into next season?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough at this. Look, I'll be the first to tell you it's tough. Because and look, Washington, it's not like you're beating Jaden Daniels. You're beating Marcus Mariota. And that Washington program's got a lot of stuff they got to figure out going into next year, too. So it's brutal. I mean, it really and truly is brutal, the situation that both of these teams are in.
It's awful. I mean, it's cruel that we have to live the lives that we live with these teams. And listen, as bad as the Giants have been, for the last decade, it's been god awful. But the Jets are worse. Like you don't even have the success that the Giants have had. I've seen 4 Super Bowls. As downtrodden and sad and angry and all the feelings that I have for the Giants, and I'm not saying this to rile you up. I swear to God, I'm not. I can't even imagine what it must be like on your side of things. You guys never win.
No, never win. I told you I've been doing this for how many years or whatever, and me personally, I've tapped out at 7 in any year.
How much? So you've never seen a meaningful December game?
No. Well, no, that's not true. Excuse me, that's not true. The year the Mike White year, 2022. They were still alive going into December. They were actually still alive going into January. Then they had a New Year's Day game in Seattle, and then that ended, I think, on the first play from scrimmage, where I forgot who it was, broke off like a 80-yard run, and that was pretty much all she wrote.
But I find it always amazing that teams can have dysfunction for so long.
Yeah.
I mean, the Giants have been dysfunctional outside of one blip here or there for a decade, picking second, picking fourth, picking fifth, picking seventh, just littered, 3-1, just littered. The Jets take a quarterback, another quarterback. Do you know how difficult it is to be this bad for this long?
I saw something on the worldwide internet earlier this week, and I should have pegged it or whatever, and I was going to send it to Ray or something. Somebody posted a graphic where worst record in the NFL since 2016.
No, I saw this.
You saw this?
It's Giants followed by Jets?
It's 2016.
It's like Giants.
Worse since 2017, the Giants. Worse since 2018, the Jets. Worse since 2019, the Jets. Worse since 2020, the Giants. It's Jets, Giants, interchanged in each year if you play that game. It's unbelievable. Cleveland now is a free pass that they're out of that conversation. It's Jets or Giants in any particular order you want.
Right. Which is remarkable. Let's go to Dave in the car. Dave, you're on ESPN New York. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, fellas. I just was about to reiterate every single thing you said, so I got to maybe switch it around, but I'll just keep it the same. I really believe that the Giants get a decent coach. They are in the driver's seat. I don't root for anybody to tank. I'm not going to root for them to lose, but boy, I'd be really happy if they had the number 1 pick because they're going to be barraged with all these different scenarios. They might get 2 good players, 1 good player. I'm not going to name players, but the Colts are going to be calling them. The Browns may be calling them. The Jets are going to be calling them. They're going to get something, plus they're going to get their pick. I mean, they really are in the driver's seat. They're not that bad of a team. I really don't believe that.
I agree with you, but here's the problem for me, Dave, and thanks for the call. I don't think the Giants are not a 2-11 team, right? I mean, they are because the record says they are, but they're they're not that bad. They're not going to lose the final 4 games of the season, right?
I think back to, remember when they beat the Eagles on that Thursday night?
Of course, it was the proudest moment I've had in years.
And and think about it, they were still only 2-4, but yet you could start to see light at the end of the tunnel, and you thought that, okay, this thing is going to turn. And then you went out and had a 30-point lead, or felt like it, in Denver the next week, and you think, all right, this thing is turning. And then the fourth quarter in Denver hits, and then back to reality, and it's been that way ever since.
Welcome to New York football.
I mean, it's to a smaller degree. I mean, I got to be honest with you. Like, okay, Jets had won 3 out of 5 after starting 0-7, making the trades at the deadline and all that stuff. Going into that game last week, you're thinking, all right, Dolphins coming in, they're not a juggernaut by any stretch. That's a winnable game. They're playing hard. Then they go out there and they get run all over for 250 yards, and you're down 21-0 before you're even in your seat. You're like, well, that was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, it's pathetic. It's pathetic. And that's why I get so annoyed at the people like, oh, it carries over from one year to the next. It doesn't carry over from 1 week to the next.
No, it doesn't.
It's like a carryover from 1 year to the next. Like, you think if the Giants beat Washington or the Raiders or the Jets, somehow beat New Orleans, that all of a sudden that's going to buoy you into the 2026 season?
It's weird with the Giants, too, like that. I mean, I understand you have the 2 division games down the stretch, but the whole Vikings-Raiders thing is a little weird, especially like the trip out to Vegas, like second to last week of the season. It just seems like it's almost like a made-up game. You know what I mean? Because like Giants-Raiders don't play each other.
The problem is that I don't think they beat the Cowboys, especially if the Cowboys need that game, but the Cowboys are just better right now.
I mean, that place is, let's be real. Ray, are you going?
Fans.
Are you definitely going? Like that place is going to be all Cowboy fans.
Yeah. Well, unless the Cowboys don't need it. Right, if the Cowboys are still mathematically alive, if the Cowboys don't need it,
if there's something to play for, I'm considering it. I'm not locked into that.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, I like questions.
We talked about the coaching thing because this, again, also, like I was talking about this yesterday. How do you, as a Giants fan, feel about the candidacy of Mike McCarthy for your football team?
I feel okay about it.
Yeah, and you should.
I don't hate it.
Like people are so quick to throw cold water on Mike McCarthy. Like, oh, it's an uninspired hire.
Sees everything.
I mean, okay, so he didn't go deep in the playoffs as the Cowboys coach. He won 12 games 3 straight years. The other 2 years, he lost his quarterback for an extended period of time. The guy's got a Super Bowl ring with the Green Bay Packers. Like, how do you, as a Giant fan, who've been one of the 2 worst teams in football over the last decade, look at anybody with that type of resume? The people that say they don't want Mike McCarthy.
Right.
Like, how can any Giant fan look at that, a guy who has winning on his resume, and say, nah, that's not for us?
I couldn't agree with you more.
Like, it's insane to me.
He never gets you over the top. That's why, well, can I get close to the top before I worry about getting over the top?
But you know what's great? He can't get you over the top, but then in the next breath they say, we want Mike Tomlin if the Steelers get rid of him. You mean the guy who lost to Mike McCarthy in the Super Bowl? That guy?
Yeah, that guy. Let's take a break, come back. This is good NFL talk. We'll continue this. We've got the Raanan Cimini combination. We go around the league. It's very busy from here on out. It's DNR with you, ESPN New York.
Listen up, football. At Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Hey, it's Michael Kay, talking to you about my friends at PC Richard & Son. They're local, family-owned, and I trust them, and you can too. Right now, save on all holiday gifts for everyone on your list. And with their holiday price guarantee, your price is protected. If the price goes lower from now through December 24th, they will match it. You can't beat it. Plus, you get fast and free delivery. PC Richard & Son, the company you could trust for over 116 years. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
The Hess Truck's back and
it's better than ever. Roaring engines this year. Hess race cars are here.
The Hess stock car racers are loaded with lights, sounds, and a powerful racing motor. Only at HessToyTruck.com. Free shipping and batteries included.
Hey, New York and New Jersey. Commitment issues? No problem. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever, as in for life. Switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, you may experience slower speeds. Pay $25 a month as long as you stay on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Empower. Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads, race car bobbleheads, little chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on September 24, 2016, when Tulsa found themselves down 31-0 to Fresno State. With 10 minutes left in the second quarter, Tulsa fought back to tie the game at 41. And then won 48-41 in double overtime.
ServPro. Like it never even happened.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. Raanan, Cimini back-to-back in about 15 minutes. You're fond of both of those guys, right?
I mean, 1,000%. I was hanging out with Rich yesterday in Florham Park, talking to him in the locker room for a while. Because he had on his weekly podcast this week, he had former Jet, now basically in the last 30 years, Jaguar institution, Jeff Lageman. You remember him, right?
So I'll tell you, I hated Jeff Lageman.
Why?
And that's the normal reaction, because you would say to yourself, why would anybody possibly hate Jeff Lageman? He was benign. He was harmless. He was a pretty good player, right? So I think it's a great question. I'll tell you why. Because I went to school, high school, with the most annoying Jets fan in the history of the world.
Wow.
And I'll tell you what he used to do and say, and you're like, wow, that is ridiculous and annoying. And he used to say all the time, Jeff Lageman is just one small notch below Lawrence Taylor.
Because he wore number 56?
Yeah, and he wore 50. He's like, so he basically is the Jets' Lawrence Taylor. I'm like, he's nowhere near Lawrence Taylor.
1991, he had 10 sacks, so he had a double-digit sack season. It looked like he was really coming into his own.
He's a good player.
And then the next year in 92, in week 2, he tore his ACL in Pittsburgh trying to sack Neil O'Donnell and was out for the season, and that stunk for him.
He was a nice player.
He was their best pass rusher during those early 90s Bruce Coslett / Pete Carroll teams, and then after 94, when they fired Carroll and brought in Kotite, he was one of the many veterans who got a get-out-of-jail-free card and went to greener pastures. And so
would I ever compare him to, in my estimation, the greatest player in football history?
No, of course not.
In football history, no.
So anyway, to make a long story short, so I saw Rich had Logs on his podcast this week previewing the game, and we are having Lageman on the pregame show on Sunday to get the Jaguar perspective. And we usually talk to Jeff whenever we play the Jaguars, so he's a great guy.
So I'm not of this knowledge, and you probably how can you know this? What does Jeff Lageman do? Is he like the color analyst on the team?
he does Jaguars radio. He's the analyst, but he's become like an institution because he was part of the expansion Jaguars. in 95. Like, he was on the team, and he's basically, like, made that his home, and he's been a part of the organization for 30 years now.
Isn't it amazing to think that they Carolina, too, right? They both came in 95 and both made the championship games in 96?
Panthers' first ever win in franchise history was against
the Jets.
Yeah, that's right.
What was that? The Sam Mills interception game, wasn't
Bubby Brister shovel pass, my friend. And that was when they were playing their home games that year at Clemson.
In South Carolina, right? Yeah. So Mike Tannenbaum, you know him, right?
He used to be a part of the Jets, yeah.
He did used to be a part of the Jets, and now he helped the Jets find their current head coach. He was on DHR yesterday, and he tried to give some realistic quarterback options for the Jets.
I think you got to be realistic. Like, I think Kirk Cousins is a player you have to look at. Not ideal, but he's somebody. After that, there's probably a lot more question marks. You got to look into Kyler Murray, for example, but, he's been hurt, and you got to see, is he willing to, renegotiate his contract? But obviously he has great upside. I think you really need to do both. I think you need to acquire a veteran that you have a chance to win with and draft somebody. And until you have a quarterback, and candidly, maybe even keep three, because you're looking at what happened with the Colts, for all the things that you could question about the Giants, Wilson, Winston, and Jackson Dart, I thought made sense. So if I'm the Jets, I'm looking at all avenues and probably pursuing more than one.
All right, so you're going to pursue all avenues. He didn't even mention Joe Burrow.
Don't even. I mean, first of all, he did mention a name which is a complete non-starter, and I'm not even going to.
Kyler Murray.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
I don't want to disparage anybody else, but take whatever name you want. I'd rather have that guy as the starting quarterback than Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I would.
And they're not bringing him in here. There's no way.
You can't.
There's no way.
And plus, if you're going to draft a young quarterback, then Kyler Murray's not like a 4-game starter. No. Kyler Murray's a guy that you would hand the reins of the organization over to for at least a year. No, I don't think he's good.
Talk about another guy who's not exactly the epitome of durability either.
No, I don't want any part of him. Now, I will say this, and I don't want Kirk Cousins as the Jets' next quarterback, but he has gotten better as this season has gone on. Remember,
that's not the no.
I said I don't want it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, you can't argue the fact that, like, when you first saw him when he replaced Penix, you're like, oh my God, this guy's done. And last night, like, he was decent.
He was decent, but I think Tampa contributed to that. And remember, and I've been saying this for months, and now it seems like the scouting community is just getting on board with this, which is interesting. But if you look at Fernando Mendoza, the projection, he could be like another Kirk Cousins. Like when I watched Fernando Mendoza way back at the beginning of the season, I said, I think I'm watching Kirk Cousins as a quarterback. I think that could be like his ceiling in the NFL.
So you're not a huge fan of Mendoza?
No. It's not horrible, but then at the end of the day, you say to yourself, all things being equal, would you take Kirk Cousins with the number one overall pick in the draft?
Well, I wouldn't take Kirk Cousins with the number one pick in the draft, and I certainly wouldn't start mortgaging multiple first-round picks to move up to take Kirk Cousins.
Now again,
are we the strongest glue ever?
There is a distinct possibility that the Jets may not be in love with any of these guys this year and decide to kick the can down the road to 27, or they decide to go the veteran route this year. But I will say this with Cousins, like just being at, the stadium and talking to different people in and around the league and scouts and whatnot, out of this current crop of quarterbacks for the 26th draft, the consensus is that Mendoza will be, what's the word that they like to use? The safest pick. Doesn't mean he's going to be great.
His floor is the highest?
Correct. Meaning he will get the most out of his God-given ability on the next level. Like he's got the acumen. He'll be a tireless worker.
He's very smart, too.
Absolutely. So, he'll get the most out of his talent. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be all-pro, Super Bowl MVP, but he will not leave anything to chance. He's not going to be like a woulda, coulda, shoulda guy.
Right.
But you just don't know if it's going to be good enough.
Every ounce of everything from him, and he's not going to, be out clubbing all night.
Correct.
He's not going to not know the game plan and the playbook and all those kind of things. Listen, this is a big time for him, right? This, they get the bye, and then they'll be in the quarters, and then the semis, and then the finals. I mean, if he shows that well, his stock will only go up because, I liked him and still like him. I like him more today than I did a week ago. I thought what he did against Ohio State was pretty, and I know they didn't score a million points, but I thought he was tough. I thought he threw a good football. I thought he was more athletic than I knew. I was impressed by what Mendoza gave us last Saturday.
Well, winning
night.
is the name of the game, right? That's most. I mean, think about you remember. I mean, think about those giant Niner wars in the early 90s, where it was 13-10, 16-30. Winning is the bottom line.
Winning is the bottom line. Listen, the best
Ohio State's the best defense in the country. You know what I'm saying? And I can't remember, was it the first or the second play of the game? I thought he was dead.
Yeah, I know.
It looked like he got hit by a train.
And I didn't know who it was. I was like, man, that guy looks like he's not coming back. And they're like, oh, no, that's Mendoza. You talk about not scoring a touchdown in a huge game. I mean, the Giants, one of the great wins in franchise history, they didn't score a touchdown when they beat the Niners 15-13.
Can I tell you something? Like, you know how like these old games pop up on like your stream? Like on these.
I love the old games.
Right. I'll sit there and get lost watching like a 5-minute, whether it's NFL primetime, whatever.
It's like you know what it's like if you stumble across The Godfather, you're like, oh.
Yes.
It's the same thing with these NFL games.
You know the game well. The 1990 Monday Nighter, because it's
7-3.
7-3.
The Ronnie Lott. The Giants continued to go for it on fourth downs, like at the Niners 4-yard line, over and over and over.
The hits in that game, like when you go back and they're showing like Ronnie Lott laid out Mark, and that's Mark Bavaro, who was a big dude. Ronnie Lott, like the Mendoza hit last week, it looked like a train hit Mark Bavaro. Like some of the hits in that game, these guys would be like automatically ejected from the game today.
Oh, it's not the same game.
It's just you, and you know what all I could say is like I weep for young people today that weren't around for the NFL then, and what you were missing out on compared to what it is now. It's just like you. It's like I feel bad for you. There's no other way to say it. I feel bad for you.
Wow. So you don't weep for them; you just feel badly for them.
There could be some weeping, yeah.
That was one of the most upset post games I've ever had. I was distraught from that game. I remember Monday night, Tuesday morning, went to school, sat there, didn't speak. People were like, "You okay?" Like, whatever. Like I didn't care. I was despondent that day. I got the last laugh.
What a last laugh. Oh, think about the way it all unfolded. Oh my gosh.
I mean, I that was
for my
best
money
game I've ever seen.
Yeah,
for
my
NFC
money.
Championship game.
And you may feel different. I mean, it sounds like you're on the same page. Even though like it wasn't the Super Bowl, to me, that was almost like the greatest win that you'll ever have as a fan. Because that was a three-peat. It was a three-peat.
It was, yeah. I mean, that was the radio call right after, right? It's over for the three-peats. It's over for the three-peats. Oh, what a game.
With a backup quarterback.
What'd you say?
With a backup quarterback.
Right, with a backup quarterback.
And you didn't score a touchdown in the game.
Mm-mm.
Oh, what a great, boy, to be a fan then. And again, obviously I had no dog in the fight, but it was just, and remember, there was no 2 weeks between the Super Bowl. You got that in Super Bowl 25 in back-to-back weeks.
That was the Whitney Houston anthem as well. And then you beat the Bills 20-19.
And I know what you did in 2007, like the game in Green Bay and the championship game in the frigid cold, and then you beat the undefeated Patriots. Like those are two great back-to-back wins as a Giant fan. Yep. To me, nothing will ever top 1990, the championship game of the Super Bowl.
90 was awesome.
86, you just dominated.
86 were too good.
Yeah.
90 was special because it was unexpected. And 07 was really, really remarkable as well. All right, so off of that reminiscing, and by the way, this is what sustains me now. Like I have no food and I have no shelter and I have no warmth, but it's the warmth and the berries from 86 and 90 that sustain me this day and age. Let's take a break. We'll come back and now it gets wild. Now it gets wild. Now we go Raanan, Cimini, Around the League, Frenzy, Mets, Stuff You Missed, NFL Picks, Plays of the Week. Keep the dings coming. It's DNR with you, ESPN New York.
John Ryan.
Yeah, Dad.
I think I came up with a killer slogan for our law firm. D'Agostino and Associates, bite back.
Bite back?
Yeah. When someone hurts you, you bite back. We'll be the law firm that bites back.
Dad, that's brilliant. Accident victims, call D'Agostino and Associates and bite back. Hey, we could even put a big vicious dog on billboards everywhere.
Yeah, and Rottweilers on buses.
Hey, how about a toll-free number?
What are you thinking?
You know, like 1-800-BITE-BACK.
1-800-BITE-BACK. That's brilliant.
But what if people hear fight back?
Easy. I'll spell it out for them, like 1-800-BITE. Back. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
Love it. Hey, Dad.
Yeah?
All this talk about biting back got me hungry.
Me too. Want to grab lunch?
Sure. Hey, how about a jingle?
You mean like D'Agostino, law, bite back?
Listen up, New York. It's football season, and you should be out there enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. That's where Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain comes in. He's one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and dedicated to getting you back in the game. Here's the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided procedures that get real results. Dr. Shaw treats everything from neck pain, back pain, migraines, nerve pain, and chronic joint pain. And he builds a custom game plan that's right for you. Same-day or next-day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. And yes, most major insurances are accepted. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Go to SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Who knew caffeine could taste this good? With 5-Hour Energy Shots, caffeine just got a serious flavor upgrade. We're talking big flavor, from watermelon to strawberry, banana to sour apple, packed into a tiny 2-ounce bottle. You'll get as much caffeine as a 12-ounce premium cup of coffee with 0 sugar and 0 crash. And with 17 bold flavors to choose from, there's a shot for every mood. Find your favorite flavor in-store today or grab a variety pack online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon and give your caffeine a flavor upgrade.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope. It's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. Game time, brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time. Oh, yeah. Nets visit the Mavs in Dallas tonight, 8:30. And that's it. Not a lot of local flavor tonight. And that's game time, brought to you by Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Now it's time for the Jordan Raanan and Rich Cimini reports, brought to you by Bet365. A man who holds me in the highest of esteem, who looks at me as the older brother he never really had.
Are you older than him?
As Jordan Raanan. Good morning, Jordan.
Good morning, Dave. Good morning, Dan. I didn't realize you were going to be in here.
Morning, Jordan. I didn't get a chance to talk to Jordan last week, so I have to double up today, and he's coming on with me tomorrow morning.
Oh, nice.
In his
I'm
usual
refreshed
spot.
off the bye week. Actually, I have a story for you guys real quick.
We love stories. Go
Show
ahead.
story. So, bye week, you got to take care of business. I'm of the age, got to do the first career colonoscopy, right?
Oh, yeah.
You haven't had one yet?
He's like 45 years old.
Yeah, why is that so surprising?
I thought he was.
By the way, colonoscopy, the procedure, not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
The prep,
yeah,
that's where they get you.
There's no doubt about that. The prep is interesting. So, go meet the guy beforehand. Guess what? Big Giants fan.
Oh, nice.
But even more so than that, you know the one thing he mentions to me besides that, Dave?
What?
Big fan of the show.
Really?
DNR. Yeah.
Really?
So the guy who's going to check me,
That's right.
The only thing he says, he loves the show.
I love that.
Big fan of the morning show.
By the way, you say you speak to the guy. I mean, I'm hoping the guy is the doctor, right?
Yes, he's a doctor.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say his. I forgot to ask him permission. So you.
Well, I don't need you to say his name.
No, I know, but
I
wanted to.
Some
I
guy.
wanted to, but then so I'm. Yeah, it is a doctor, Dave.
Good.
It is a doctor.
So because I worry about you.
So bye-week colonoscopy, huh?
Yeah, I'm really gearing up for a great bye week.
Most people do, maybe like.
I thought you went away. I thought I saw
did.
You
Disney, Bahamas.
I took the wife
skiing.
to Charleston for a 20th anniversary.
Oh, no! Congratulations.
And then when I came home, we took care of business. I put it off. So I'm 46 and a half now. I put it off for the year and a half because now it's 45. They changed it to 45 right when I turned to 45. Right. It used to be 50. So
yeah, it was 50 not so long ago. Well, we don't need to really dive deep into the colonoscopy. But the guy likes the show, huh?
Huge fan of the show.
All right, that's terrific. I guess we should probably talk Giants, right? What?
No, let's get the results of his colonoscopy.
Well, results good with the colonoscopy, by the way?
Yeah, all good.
You got it all clear?
All clear. Everything's definitely all clear after that.
Good. No polyps, nothing like that to worry about.
I thought I was going to do, my podcast and tape the podcast on Monday night like I normally do.
Yeah.
And that's when I had to take the prep.
Oh.
Are you out of your mind?
And we decided not to do it. Good thing we decided not to do it. There was just no way I would have made that.
You absolutely can't. So what to you are the storylines of this game? Because I'll watch this game. I'm not trying to be obnoxious or a jerk. I'm serious. I'll watch this game out of obligation. I'll watch this game because I love the Giants. I know that I like Jackson Dart. I know that I've been underwhelmed by so many different pieces on this team. I know the offensive line has played pretty well. What am I looking for? If I'm a Giants fan, what am I excited, intrigued, looking for in this game on Sunday?
I think you're looking at the rookies. You want to see Jackson Dart, see him continue to play well, continue to improve. That's really what gives you hope here, right? I mean, you'd like to see a good bounce back from Abdul Carter. He played well when he played in New England, but God, getting benched for the second time in 3 games, that's not a positive sign. And they say his responses from these benchings has been incredible. Well, if it was so incredible, Dave, you probably wouldn't do it a second time, right? Where you have to be benched for a full quarter. So until we see A, him on the field, and B, the results of him on the field, it's going to be hard to believe. But I think you want to see that. You want to see his growth. You want to see. You're hoping it clicks for him because, dude, remember he was actually the higher draft pick. He's the number 3 pick in the draft. They can't afford the number 3 over a pick in the draft being a consistent recurring problem, and not want to work and consistently being late and all these things you've heard about his rookie year so far. So I think those are the 2 biggest things to me is you want to see those and you want to see the rookies and some of the young guys and how they, how their development. Theo Johnson has been pretty good of late. I mean, you could feel pretty good, I think, about where you're going with a guy like Theo Johnson. Maybe he might not be a huge difference maker, but he's looking like he's, at least a decent player or a quality player, maybe a decent starter in the league. And guys like that, I think that's what you're looking for. But, man, you're right. There's really not much to be excited about in these next 3 weeks. You got this, you got Minnesota, and then you got Raiders in Vegas in, I think it's the 4:15 window.
Yeah. Kenny Pickett show, baby.
Yeah, the game before Gino probably be back by then, no? I don't know. But
maybe
anyway,
maybe they don't want to play.
Either way, but between Christmas and New Year's that weekend, I mean, are you even going to be watching, Dave?
I'm going to be in St. Martin, so I will be watching. But
you'll go out of your way,
yes,
in St. Martin,
yes,
to watch Giants Raiders,
yes.
Both teams potentially sitting.
Can I tell you something?
At 2-13.
Yeah. Yes. It's not even a debate. So before I
start to finish
to go. Before I agreed to go on this trip, I had my wife call the hotel and find out the viewing situation, and she spoke to a concierge, and it got to the point where he's like, "We will have the games. I can't guarantee that game. There is a bar that will have all the games, but I'll tell you what." I get all the games in my home. He's welcome to come to my home and sit there and watch all the games. So, Jordan, it's a sadistic, love affair that I have with football and with this team, yes, I will watch every.
That's not I'll sit and watch it on my phone by the pool game.
See,
well, you should have access, though.
Jordan, I've already mapped out the bars that will have the full ticket. I promise you, I will be at a bar from 1 o'clock till 7:30 on that Sunday.
But if need be, shouldn't you be able to, you bring your iPad, you sit on the beach?
Not enough for me.
And you could be able to have the 4-box thing, watching it all there.
I want to watch every game. I don't want to be. I don't want bikini clad women walking by distracting me. I don't want any of that. I want to be in a place where I can watch football.
You mean they're not going to be at the bar too, watching
football? One of the few men on this station who doesn't want bikini clad women walking by him.
Not in that time. No, I'm not looking for that at that.
And Jordan, imagine if by the time you get to week 17, what if the majority of the spots are all claimed and a lot of the games are irrelevant? Stranger things have happened.
I mean, if anything, you're going to be. It's like the loser of that game could get the top pick.
It's going to be a very meaningful football game. Could you imagine if the Giants somehow lose the next 2 games? How important that game against the Raiders will be?
Yeah. You root for them to lose in that spot?
I'm rooting for them to lose every game now, yes.
Hopefully I can make it home.
You can legit, when you sit down, I know it's easy to say lose, but I feel like once you sit down, you could really root for your team to lose.
I mean, I could bring the guy, RJ Ray. Do I root for my team to lose?
You've done it. You've done it.
I mean,
you've definitely done it before.
I do it every week.
Yeah, let's not act like this is not a thing.
No, I mean, for Jordan, for a couple reasons now. It's not only I want the number 1 pick, absolutely, and I mean, how delicious would it be to get the number 1 pick, have Mendoza continue to play well? Team has to now pay you through the nose to go and get that. So that's one. And secondarily, I don't want Joe Shane back. And God forbid they go 3-1 and they wind up with the 11th pick, and now Joe Shane is back. So it's twofold of why I'm rooting against the Giants right now.
Understandable. I get that part of it. And if they do win games down the stretch, I do think it helps their cause in their case of, hey, look, we have the talent. The coaching just wasn't good enough, which is what they basically told you has been the case for a while. But I certainly think that New England game, but getting blown out on national TV, basically being a joke, a laughingstock, your number 3 overall pick is benched for the first quarter, right? You get blown out of the game. You're not even competitive.
Give up 30 points and a half.
Yeah, everybody turned the game off at halftime. That definitely hurts the case. And I think coming out of that game, I felt even less secure about the Giants moving forward with everything kind of the way it is right now.
Well, and then you had the press conference the next day, which was just as bad.
Oh, my God. I mean, it was bad, but let's be fair. What are you going to say there? That's a lose-lose situation. There's nothing there that's going to quell. It's going to be bad no matter what.
Jordan, I understand the question.
Yeah, I mean, that makes an easy, quick punchline. But look, no matter what he said, it was going to go forward.
He couldn't win that press conference.
No, there was.
I don't think he was going to be in tears.
Sometimes you just got to take the medicine, and I think that was the case there.
Let me ask you a question. Mike Kafka, as long as he's going to have this, interim tag title, are the Giants going to have more wins, or is he going to fire more assistant coaches?
Yeah.
What are we up to 2 already?
He's got 2. Yeah. We're at 3 coaches for the year. I think it's 9 now since Brian Daboll took over in 2022. So starting in 2023, 9 coaches. Yeah, it's been a rough little go here. Got the Abdul Carter stuff. These little things popping up left and right. Not great when you're the interim coach. I mean, this is the problem. Is you have to step into the job. He's trying to prove himself and earn a head coaching job in the league, and he's trying to put out fires all over the place at the same time. This is why it's not an enviable position.
No. Well, let me talk about the Brian Cox thing, though. So apparently, he was a big Daboll guy. He and Daboll were tight, right? And it sounds
big cigar guys like to smoke cigars.
Like the cigars. And
Brian Cox actually was smoking a cigar before practice on the field one day.
Well, set the mood.
I didn't even know Brian Cox was with the Giants, to be honest
Dave,
with you.
you and me both. I said the same exact thing. But, I mean, he's also a guy that probably was not in favor of Charlie Bullen getting the defensive coordinator job, right? Which also kind of led to the
that's kind of what you heard. Is they were close, Daboll and Brian Cox. He wasn't exactly thrilled that it was handed to Charlie Bullen. You could connect the dots. Andre Patterson's been a defensive coordinator before. That's who he worked closely with, Brian Cox, and under. They're kind of considered Daboll guys. Okay, I mean, it's hard to give it to the guy who is in control of the 32nd ranked run defense, right? He's the defensive line coach. He's been bad for 3 years. But, okay, he's ticked off about that, Brian Cox. That's kind of what you hear. He's half checked out at that point. And then you hear about the plane situation, and that's kind of the final straw. Like upset over seats on the plane. This happens on Monday night into Tuesday morning when you're flying home. Again, it wasn't such a big blow-up thing, the plane thing, that he's fired right away. They make the decision on Thursday. And I think they just thought at that point it was easier to, okay, this is another distraction we don't need right now. He's not really fully on board. Let's just make this move.
You know what's amazing, too, about that whole thing, like the way it blew up, and like that's the episode that people are referring to? Guys, it's not like they were flying home from Sydney, Australia. It's a 40-minute flight from Providence, Rhode Island, which is where you fly in and out of.
But it's weird in the first place. Who cares about the seating order on the plane?
You know what? When you're dysfunctional all the way through, Jordan. All the way through.
Because like the plane is a problem now. I mean, the things that have happened to this team over the last couple of years, I mean, just the whole Dable and Wink stuff, Joe Shane on the headsets. You got Abdul Carter not showing up to meetings. You've got, just stuff going on. Saquon,
you're on Hard Knocks. You look ridiculous. The Eagles win the Super Bowl. The whole thing. You name it.
Unbelievable.
From soup to nuts. You name it. All right. So let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. I saw a report Marcus Freeman is going to be the guy. Now, he's the betting favorite. And Jeff Hafley, he's going to be the guy. Are these all just they're throwing at the wall, seeing what sticks? Like, is there any legitimacy to any of these things? Where are we with this next coach? Are we anywhere right now?
There hasn't been an interview. How can we be that far down the line? And first of all, the betting favorite stuff. I don't know why people get all excited about that when it comes to the coach. Like, they haven't had interviews yet. We have to concede. I mean, even if you know nothing about the process, the interview is important, right? Like, can we really tell who's going to be the coach before they go through interviews? Yes, I expect Jeff Hafley to be on the list of candidates. Yes, Marcus Freeman is a guy who has very important contacts and fans inside the building. Tim McDonald, who is part of ownership, who's part of the front office, worked at Notre Dame. This isn't a secret. He has very close ties to Notre Dame. By the way, the Maras have very close ties to where? Boston College. Okay?
And so I think Jeff Hafley was the head coach there, yeah.
Jeff Hafley was the head coach there. Chris Snead's in the front office. He worked under Jeff Hafley at Boston College up until
He's a Jersey guy.
A few years back. He's a Jersey guy. He's been a head coach. He's a coordinator having some success. Like, it's just a lot of connecting the dots. So, yes, I expect those to be among the options. We'll see what happens with Marcus Freeman because he's kind of the first shoe to drop here. Because college, there's nothing that prohibits him from going through the process if he's really going to be involved now, right?
And he'll leave, and now doesn't with the new contract, Notre Dame has like an automatic pass basically into the playoff next year after all the crying and complaining that happened a couple of weeks ago?
Wah. How about you don't lose 2 games?
How about you beat Miami? Even though it's in August, that game will still count. How about that?
Yeah. I mean, so, yeah, that's where we're at on the process. The same people we named at the beginning, a lot of these top coordinators, Chris Shula, I think, will be in that mix.
So it's all the guys we've heard. It's Clint Kubiak, it's Shula, it's
but Jordan, do you think
Pierce.
That they are like having a big issue over, okay, like we're not going to go the first time route again? Maybe we want somebody with the prior head coaching experience?
I think that will give, when you go and sit down in an interview, I think that certainly doesn't hurt that you've been a head coach before and you've led an entire unit. So do I think they're going to completely, rule it out? No, I don't. I don't think they're going to completely rule out anything. I think they're open-minded to a couple things. Do I think they'd rather? Deep down, yeah. You hear, like, this is what they're looking for. They're looking for someone that can command the whole room and, coach a whole team, not just be like, I'm an X's and O's offensive guy. I'll bring in someone else, let him run the defense, and that'll be a completely – or offense is probably even the more important because you got Jackson Dart, right?
Right.
So, but you get the point. Like, I think it's certainly a benefit, and it'll work in people's favors who have had that experience. Even a Jeff Hafley who has experience in college being a head coach, I think that works in his favor.
All right, so Rich Cimini is waiting.
Okay.
But I just want to ask you before we let you go, what's going to happen on Sunday against Washington?
Wow.
I know you're going to say they're going to win, and it's going to upset me.
The Giants are actually favored, Dave.
By 2.5, I know.
First time since when?
1977.
Allie Sherman roamed the sidelines.
Yes.
It might seem like it because they haven't won consecutive games since Tommy DeVito was the quarterback.
That's insane.
Which is crazy to think about. Because I heard people like, they're going to go on a winning streak. Really?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, to me, this game is a toss-up. I don't know what to expect. the Giants have the better quarterback. I guess that gives them, because Jaden Daniels is not playing. He's injured.
And Washington mailed it in last week in Minnesota after that heartbreaking loss on Sunday Night Football to Denver.
Yeah, so I don't know. I coin flip. It's hard to even.
It's going to be cold. I think wind chill in the teens, so you're going to get to enjoy that.
All around the country. That's why you're the best in the business. Who's going to win the game? Response, I don't know. That's
look, I'm not a big game picker in the first place. Like, that's not my thing. So, as you've noticed, most of the time I just tell you, I think they'll keep it close, or hey, they'll blow them out. They're going to get blown out. Like, I don't know if I've given you a score yet this year.
All right, you're a real pro. You know that. And we're glad you got a clean bill of health, and we'll do this again next Friday. Thank you, Jordan.
I look forward to it, guys. Have a great show.
He's the best.
Bye, Jordan.
That is Jordan Raanan. Now we go from the best to, maybe even better. I don't know.
To the bester.
The bester, the bestest. And that is, of course, Rich Cimini. Good morning, Rich. How are you?
Good morning, guys. Good to be with you. I'm not a great game picker either, evidenced by last week's Jets pick over the Dolphins.
I couldn't.
I realized it. It
Rich,
took me about 2 minutes to realize that wasn't going to go well.
We're sitting here on the show, and we make our picks for the week. We pick 3 games, and I loved the Dolphins. Then I asked Rick, who do you think is going to win? And he's like, I think the Jets will win. Raymond takes the Jets with his picks. You tell me that the Jets are going to win that game. I was like, oh, my God. Why am I seeing this? And everyone else disagrees. But I'm glad for once I actually was right.
I took the Jets too, Dave. So, there you go.
And people, I don't understand how people could have loved the Jets last week, but they did. Anyhow.
It was cold, and the Dolphins don't win in the cold until they come up here.
Yeah. They just don't win. All right. So, what's happening at quarterback? Can we expect Brady Cook to get his first ever NFL start?
Yeah, it's starting to look that way. Starting Wednesday, certainly yesterday reinforced that. He's gotten the reps in practice. Fields and Taylor haven't even been out there on the field. And so, it's looking like Brady Cook, rookie free agent, will make his first career start. Yeah, it'll be the first time in 50 years that the Jets are starting a rookie undrafted player in a game, which is kind of hard to believe.
Rich got me with this one yesterday in the locker room, as a matter of fact. Why don't you go ahead and give the answer, Rich?
Yeah, I'm talking to the great trivia expert here, Mr. Rothenberg.
So I don't know that I'm going to know this, but go ahead.
Yeah, who was that guy 50 years ago? Like, which quarterback was the rookie undrafted guy who made a start for the Jets? I don't even know. I
probably don't even know who it is. Like, I probably have never heard the name.
It's an obscure guy. It's J.J. Jones, who started one game in his NFL career. It was almost 50 years to the date. Namath was a little banged up, so they started J.J. Jones. I think it was against the Chargers. He only played a few series, and they put Namath in the game. And J.J. Jones, that was it. His NFL career ended after that year, and he played a couple of years in the CFL. But, yeah, that's the last time they've started rookies over the years, obviously, but never an undrafted rookie until Mr. Brady Cook on Sunday.
You should hear RJ scolding me. You know how you'd know that information? If you read the rundown. It was in the rundown. Sorry.
Well, Rich wrote a nice article about it yesterday too, and if you read the article,
that's where I got it from.
But I didn't see the article until later last night. But I had talked to Rich in the locker room yesterday, and he grilled me on that one, and I didn't know the name either.
That's where I got it, 1975.
Wow,
so J.J. Jones.
Dave's a bad guy on 2 levels.
How am I a bad guy on 2 levels?
You ignored RJ's rundown, and by proxy, you ignored Rich's piece.
I didn't read the rundown yet because I was talking to RJ.
What do you mean yet? What do you mean you halfway through the show you didn't read it yet? Ask Rich a question, would you?
Sure. So last week, Rich, obviously, third drive of the game, Brady Cook has to come in because Tyrod Taylor gets hurt. We didn't really even see him get hurt, but he had a groin injury, and this is going to be the Brady Cook show for all intents and purposes. And last week you make the excuse, he got no reps in practice. He was thrown to the wolves, and the performance was kind of what you would expect. I guess now we'll be able to get an honest evaluation because he has gotten all the first-team reps this week. And so now it's sink or swim time for Brady Cook, and there's no excuses about not being prepared. So Jet fans wanted to see what they had in Brady Cook. They're going to get it this week, no?
Yeah. Actually, I think Tyrod Taylor may have been hurt on the first play of the game. He got flushed out of the pocket and was running full speed toward the sideline when he threw the ball out of bounds. And you could see him flinch a little bit after. It may have been that play, and he stayed in for 5 more snaps, and they gave way to Cook. So, yeah, he's got a full week of reps, and, of course, he's going on the road now. He's facing a defense that has been taking the ball away at a pretty high clip this year. I think the Jaguars are, second or third in the league in takeaways. The linebacker, Devin Lloyd, by himself has 5 interceptions, which we know is 5 more than the Jets have as a team. So, yeah, I mean, he'll be a little more prepared than he certainly – I mean, that was an impossible situation last week. No reps. You're down 21-0. The crowd the stadium's about half empty, if that, and you get thrown in there in a really tough circumstance. And, look, he admitted he was nervous. The first couple of drives, you could tell that he was throwing fast, short passes. He was throwing the ball 100 miles an hour before he finally settled down. And Tanner Engstrand said yesterday that they actually liked what he did in the second half. Once he settled down, he got into a rhythm. He read went through his progressions, and he didn't get any help from his receivers. They had 5 drops, which, he could have had over 200 yards passing if they caught the ball. So I'm looking for positives, guys, like silver linings, but this is going to be an extraordinary difficult situation for him going in there against Jacksonville.
The similarity, too, Rich, you think about last week, obviously Miami knows that you're taking on a quarterback that's not used to playing, so they dared him to throw the ball. They stacked the box. They took away the run game for the Jets. And this Jaguar team coming up, they're number 1 in the NFL in run defense. So if the Jets can't get Breece Hall going on the ground on Sunday, it's going to be the Brady Cook show, and, let's see what he could do.
Yeah, I mean, I actually checked the stats. The Dolphins played so many 8-man boxes last week, and so it was difficult for the Jets to run, and I suspect Jacksonville will do the same. Jacksonville's, they're good. Like you said, they're top. They got to get the Jets have to run the ball. Otherwise, there is no chance, and otherwise Brady Cook is going to be under extreme pressure from the Jacksonville rush. I mean, the crowd is going to be into it. They're 9-4. They're leading the division. I mean, this is not like we went down to Jacksonville in past years when they were, out of it, like the Jets. Like last year, both teams were out of it. Turned out to be a wildly entertaining game last year. Devontae Adams went off in the second half. But this time the crowd will be there, and they're into it, and they're playing really well. Trevor Lawrence has had, I think, 3 really good games in a row. The ETN is a terrific back, so it's going to be a tough spot for the Jets.
I'm not going to ask you, we'll let you go after this, if the Jets are going to win this game, because I don't think anybody thinks they're going to win this game. Can they keep this game close, or is this going to be similar to what we saw last week?
Yeah, I think it might be what we saw last week. The Jaguars are favored, I think, by 13.5, which is the most they've ever been favored in a game in, I think, the last 18 years. And even if the Jets were starting Tyrod Taylor this week, it would be really tough. The roster is depleted. I do think Breece Hall will play. He's been bothered by some knee soreness. He did return to practice yesterday. He was limited. I think Mason Taylor's up in the air for this week. He hasn't practiced this week. So this is going to be a really, really – and then on top of that, you're throwing in a quarterback who's getting his first NFL start. And so I don't think the Jets will keep this close.
All right. Well, we're happy to have you. Regardless of what the team looks like, we love talking to you each and every week, Rich.
I apologize for bringing the gloom and doom, but this is the season we're stuck with.
Again. Why would it be your fault? How about we blame the Jets and the Giants? Why are we blaming the beat reporters? It's not your fault.
Yeah, I know. It's just we're reporting what we see and what we hear, and it just hasn't been great. I guess maybe for the next couple of shows we could just talk about the future and what they might do in the off season and stuff like that, because I think Jet fans are kind of they've already checked out on this season and talking draft and so forth. So we can maybe brighten it up next time.
We'll turn the page. We'll be very optimistic about the future starting next week. Rich, thanks so much. I'd say enjoy the game, but I don't know if that's possible. We'll talk to you.
Well, I'll enjoy the temperature. I think it's going to be 73, so that'll be a welcome change.
That's the positive.
There you go.
It'll be freezing here, so enjoy that, Rich.
Yeah.
It's awful. Thanks, Rich.
All right, guys. Talk to you
Rich.
next time.
All right, and that's Rich Cimini, and that was the Raanan and Cimini Reports brought to you by Bet365. Whatever the moment, never ordinary at Bet365. Also, you're listening to DiPietro and Rothenberg on WHSQ, WCBS FM HD2 in New York. What a depressing time that was, huh?
I mean, well, you kind of knew. I mean, those two were delightful.
I love those guys, but it's like, Jordan, what do you think happened? I don't know.
No, well, I think you have to dive a little bit deeper into the conversation because things are bad with the football team when we sit there and spend anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes and actually get glee out of talking about someone's colonoscopy.
Right, and I'm very pleased that it went well,
great.
that it's all clear, and that the man likes the show. Not the doctor, but the man likes the show.
I was thinking about something else, too, while we were talking about Jordan, to kind of connect the topics. I don't know how you feel about this.
Yeah.
And I know he's got some time until he's 45. But Abdul Carter better get his act together here in terms of being punctual and not being late, because when he's going to have to do the colonoscopy prep, that's, you got to, every 30 minutes, you got to be drinking that stuff. Yeah, you can't miss.
Where are you as far, and we'll get to around the league in just a moment, as far as Abdul Carter? Because I've heard a lot of people this is another Evan Neal. Evan Neal was awful. He's a terrible football player. I think Carter's a terrible football player. I think he needs to work on his game, refine it a little bit. I think he needs to grow up and mature, but I'm not going to sit here and compare it to Evan Neal quite yet.
So you mean to tell me that it would have been a little maybe premature to ask for number 56, or it wouldn't have been justified?
We mention that occasionally now.
Yeah.
Could you imagine
my gosh,
how much worse it would be if this guy was out there decked in 56
Well, I think that's
benched?
Let's go back and read into it. I think now it shouldn't shock you that these issues are presenting themselves.
Right.
And now
we even had the gall in the first place to ask for 56.
I mean, think about it. Okay, you had Abdul Carter ask for number 56 before he even stepped foot on an NFL field. Aaron Rodgers, who is say what you want, top whatever quarterback in NFL history, 4-time MVP, accomplished everything there is to accomplish in this league. When he came over to the Jets, he even knew better.
Right.
No number 12. I mean, that's Joe Namath.
For God's sakes. No. And then he morphed from 56. Well, how about 11? No. How about no?
Yeah.
How about two of the most iconic numbers in franchise history are off limits to you and everybody that follows you? So how about no? And then you go out there and you don't show up, and you a mea culpa. This is on me. I apologize. It won't happen again. Then it happens again. And then you have a sack and a half to show for it? Come on, grow up, man.
Well, and then we find out in hindsight that apparently this was a thing, even when Brian Daboll was there.
Right.
And Daboll was enabling it.
Is that Brian Daboll allowed it.
Right.
And Brian Daboll enabled it.
Right.
So it continues after Brian Daboll. And now, and listen, it's amazing that he would even do this or consider doing this. But, you've been empowered. It's not so easy just to change on a dime. They've allowed you to do this the entire season.
But eventually you got to grow up.
Yeah, it's time to grow up. Well, now's the time. Grow up.
And there have been guys that have had rocky rookie seasons in this town even, right? And then they got it together finally, and then you forget about all that other stuff, right? And you hope for the Giants again because, look, Abdul Carter was a guy, Dave, coming into the draft, even though we knew that they were probably going to take a quarterback at some point and they needed a long-term solution, we all sat here and we applauded the pick at 3. We thought that this was a home run draft for them because Carter was supposed to be a can't miss, right?
He was supposed to be as slam dunk as slam dunks get, and he has left a lot to be desired, both on the field and off the field. All right. Well, you know what? That was depressing, but we're going to go from that depression, we're going to go around the league, which is going to put you in a better mood. You ready?
I'm ready.
RJ?
Hi.
RJ.
Hi.
There you are.
That's RJ.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're having
Sometimes
breakfast
it takes
today.
him a very long time to respond, and I'm not sure why.
He's ensconced in work.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Why wouldn't he be?
RJ?
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
What's going on?
Not too much.
How about this now, Dan? I invited RJ to my home last week to consume football. You know what I got in return? The Heisman.
Well, let me ask you a question. Put yourself in RJ's shoes. You wouldn't go to somebody else's house to watch football.
I'm PJ.
I invited Rick, RJ, Ray. Guys, come over. I'll get food. We'll have drinks. We got the great TV set up. Love to hang out. And he was the awkward, nah, I don't. I'll let you know.
But you wouldn't go, right?
But they supposedly want to hang out.
Listen,
RJ.
I was honest.
What's up?
I said if somebody else wants to go, I'm in. Otherwise, it feels like I'm just kind of parachuting in.
If you were like the lone wolf and just went by yourself.
But why would that be bad?
Because it was supposed to be a show gathering.
But I invited all of you. And Ray did the, I think I can make it.
Well, Ray was working.
Yeah, I think I'm free. And then no, you guys don't want to hang out with me. You don't want to go on my territory.
Your territory is not convenient to get to.
That's a thing too, because then you got to drive and then drive back. I mean, that's and who wants to do that on a Sunday night? You know.
Well, not on. I didn't invite them on a Sunday. I wouldn't do that. A Saturday for like the championship Saturday game.
Oh, but not for nothing. That's now. I mean, now that you said that, I mean, that's a game that those guys may not even watch on their own, much less they'd have to schlep to somebody's house to do it.
RJ, did you not watch all the football on Saturday?
The college football?
Yes. RJ,
none of the games were any good except
all the college football on Saturday.
Big Ten.
RJ,
I watched.
Yeah, he watched.
But
he loves it.
Listen, it was a nice offer. It didn't work out. We're going to reconvene on Wednesday. So I'm glad we have something on the books.
On your turf. You know what? You're like a tough.
This is not
you're like a street tough. That's what you're like. You
it's another
are
term
like
old people
the
use.
Sharks and the Jets is what you are. We're gonna go to that brunch. You're gonna be snapping your way down the street on Wednesday.
This is neutral turf. Neutral territory.
I invite you into my home. I welcome you into my bosom, and this is the thanks I get.
Your bosom was very far away at the time.
What do you think you would have went food-wise if this happened?
I don't know.
You didn't have to think that far in advance because nobody came.
Have to give it that kind of thought. All right, RJ, you know what? Enough of the shenanigans. Are you ready to take us around the league?
Oh, sure.
Take us around the league.
It's time to go around the league.
Oh, yeah, and it's brought to you by Boost Mobile. So Sunday at 1 o'clock, here we go. Chargers are 9-4. They visit the 6-7 Chiefs. Chargers looking to sweep Kansas City for the first time since 2013. You've heard this stat, but I will update it for you. Last year, Chiefs set a league record, 11-0 in one-possession games. This year, they've played 7 one-possession games. They have won only one of them, which is second worst in the NFL by percentage. If the Chiefs lose on Sunday, they will be eliminated from playoff contention.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's jarring. So we could get the final 3 weeks of the season with the Chiefs being irrelevant.
Chiefs are favored, and the line reflects their desperation by 5.5.
Okay. So a couple things. The Chiefs find ways to lose. It's unbelievable. And they did it again this past week, Dan. And I put all the blame on Andy Reid. The going for it on that 4th and 1.5 from his own 31-yard line was criminal. And I said this, if that's a coach with lesser, just kind of like skins on the wall, you talk about firing. Like, that was fireable in my estimation. I'm so confused. And maybe you can explain it to me because you're wiser than I am. How are the Chiefs giving 5.5 points to a Chargers team, which is pretty darn good, with a real good quarterback, a hell of a defense, and Jim Harbaugh is their head coach?
Well, see, here's the thing. Like, the Chargers, like, God bless them, like, they are where they are in the standings. They've got 9 wins somehow, some way. But if you watch the Chargers, they don't look like a 9-win football team. They've got a ton of injuries.
But they're still 9-4.
I know, but it doesn't wow you. Like Justin
you're right.
Herbert
You're
the
right.
other night.
Listen, I'm not saying the Chiefs winning would surprise me. The Chiefs going in as 5.5-point favorites. It's a big number.
Oh, it's huge. I agree, but I think, and I still think part of that though is almost like buying into or feeding into the lore of what the Chiefs are and what they've been. But they're not that team anymore. Short week for the Chargers. That game was so poorly played against the Eagles on Monday night. Both teams were turnover machines. Herbert looked like he could barely. We get on Jackson Dart. Herbert, at times I thought shouldn't even be out there. He was running for his life, couldn't protect himself. And he was playing like it, too.
He's an animal, man. To play that game, being that banged up, was really impressive.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely. Bills, if it's the Patriots, another good game.
It's a good game.
It absolutely is. New England already took a game off the Bills this
One
season.
seed in New York.
That's a problem. With a win, the Patriots would wrap up the AFC East. Drake May, one of 8 quarterbacks since 1950, to win 10 straight games at some point during his first 2 seasons of his career. Buffalo, another interesting line on the road, favored by 1.5.
This is a lot because first time out, New England goes into Buffalo and shocks them, right? Nobody expected that to happen. And it still feels like there's a lot of people around the league that look at this New England team and don't believe. This, to me, Dan, would be a mightily impressive win. I don't know that they get it, and I think this is important for Buffalo as well, because think about this for Buffalo. We're talking about Kansas City being eliminated. Baltimore is a shell of themselves and may not get in. You could have a real path to get to the Super Bowl. This is a huge game for both teams for different reasons.
Yeah, and I'm a little surprised. Like, I don't know why people would still doubt the Patriots. Now, sitting there, if they don't get to the Super Bowl, you say, ha, I told you so. Well, that's not this. Patriots are good. They're well coached. And obviously I think having Josh McDaniels working with Drake May has made a world of difference in his second season. I think that's why you've seen him take that leap. They play good defense. You can't run on them. And that's the thing that I'll be eager to see. That could decide this game this week because, Buffalo, when they get that ground game going, that opens up their offense, even for Josh Allen. New England's been very stingy against the run this year. But I'm all in on the Patriots. Like, they're not frauds.
So you believe. You're a full believer already.
I think they win the division. They'll win the division.
Well, certainly can do that on Sunday. My buddy, Joe Burrow, he's sad, but he'll play football on Sunday for the 4-9 Bengals. They host the 6-7 Ravens. Lamar, let me tell you about what's been going on with him. 5 straight games without multiple passing touchdowns. That is the longest streak of his career. But he is 4-0 in his career in Cincinnati, throwing 15 touchdowns against 1 interception. Ravens favored by 2.5 on the road after having lost to Cincy badly a couple of weeks ago in Baltimore.
Baltimore, every time I'm like, all right, well, this will be the week that they'll turn it around. They'll beat Pittsburgh or they'll beat Baltimore or they'll win. That they just continue to lose. It feels like they're a very broken team. And the only reason there's any relevancy is solely because the division is just that bad. They don't particularly do great against. They should have probably lost both games last year against Cincinnati. They lost this year against Cincinnati. I wonder the mindset of Joe Burrow heading into this game with this depressed nature this week. But Matt, if you're Baltimore and you lose this game, I think it's fair to say your season is over. They cannot afford to lose this football game.
You know what the wind chills are going to be for this game as of a couple of days ago? Minus 11 degrees in Cincinnati.
Wow.
I'm with you, and I was beating the drum all year long about Baltimore, that once they get healthy, they'll win the division. They're still the best team. They're not going to be healthy because the quarterback isn't healthy. He's out there gutting it out. He's way more hurt than being led on. They're just not right. I mean, they've lost multiple games this year, which in years past, the Ravens would never have lost those games. I mean, I'll give you an example. Last 2 weeks, Jets got run all over by Bijan Robinson and then Miami last week. Miami ran for 240 yards on the Jets.
Yeah, without their starting running back after a while.
Right. He ran for a half, and then the backup came in and ran for over 100 yards. Before that, Jets go to Baltimore, and in years past, the Ravens just run over everybody. Between Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, Jets held Baltimore to under 100 yards rushing. They're not right.
They're not right. I like the weather talk. So I'm going to transition to the Bears.
It's freezing all over. You're going to go to Bears Browns, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So Bears have 9 wins. They host the Browns, who are bad. They have 3. But they've picked up a little steam. They're at least more interesting with Shedeur Sanders. Bears are averaging 152 rushing yards per game, which is second in the league behind the Bills. Sunday's weather forecast, a high of 10. Oh. Wind chills around minus 10. If that holds, it will be in contention to be one of, if not the coldest game at Soldier Field ever. Bears by 7.5 is your number.
This feels like Tom Coughlin face freezing off kind of weather.
And people want to build domes and put roofs on these stadiums. Doesn't that add to the lore of these games?
It does when you're watching on TV.
Yeah.
What kind of an animal would go? And I love the people that they take the shirts off at these games. That's the best. Here's the thing, though. Chicago, they should win this game. If they are remotely who we think they might be and who they think they are, they need to win this game and win it soundly. Cleveland's defense is good. You can run the football on them. Tennessee moved the football very effectively last week on them, and Chicago should absolutely win this game. But you know what? There's a little juice to this game because it's Shedeur against Caleb Williams, and I'll take real note of this one.
Ray, who's the running back for them Chicago Bears that's terrorizing the league as a rook?
That's Kyle Monungai, baby.
That's right. From?
RU.
That's it.
We're going to breeze past this one. Texans are 8-5, hosting the 3-10 Cards. I'll leave you with an interesting stat here. So Sunday's a battle of the top-ranked defense and top-ranked quarterbacks since Week 6. If I told you that, maybe the defensive part, but you probably wouldn't land on Jacoby Brissett. So I'll talk about the Texans defense first. They are ranked.
The guy throws 50 passes a game.
That's true.
That's the guy, by the way.
Not great.
Bridge quarterback for next year.
Yes.
That's the guy.
Which, by the way, RJ, have I not been
before.
championing Jacoby Brissett for weeks?
You are a fan.
This is the best version of Jacoby Brissett we've seen.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Texans defense, first overall in yards allowed, third in passing yards allowed, and second in passing yards allowed per play since Week 6. They play the aforementioned Jacoby Brissett, who since Week 6, first in completions, first in attempts, first in passing first downs, first in passing yards. Houston's favored by 9.5, having said all of that.
You said we're breezing past that game.
Yeah, we spent some time on it.
That wasn't a breeze pass.
I'll just tell you this. Trey McBride is sensational.
He's very good at football.
And I'll leave it at that.
That's nice. Eagles looking to get back on track. They've been bad. Apparently they got rid of what's their locker room? Bunny?
The bunny.
It's gone. It's gone.
I can't believe that was a thing in the first place.
Yeah, me either.
That's embarrassing.
It's troubling. They are 8-5, hosting the 2-11 Raiders. If you can't get right here against Pete Carroll and the Las Vegas Raiders, I have no hope for you. Saquon Barkley, last week, 122 rushing yards. Last year, that's just a ho-hum week. This year, only the second time all year he's gone over 100 yards, picked up a ton of them on that pitch on the tush push.
Yeah, where there's a blatant hold.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Eagles favored by 11.5.
Yeah, this should. If you're the Eagles and you mess around with this game and it's even competitive in the fourth quarter. I mean, Kenny Pickett's going to start in this game. Ashton Genty hasn't run the ball effectively almost the entirety of the season. The Raiders are they're brutal. This has to be a get-right game for Philadelphia.
You know what's great about and the Raiders, I swung and missed on them. I actually thought they'd be at least respectable this year.
I thought they'd be okay.
Yeah, I mean, I had them for like one of the overs for wins, like because I thought Pete Carroll.
What was their over-under? I'm going to guess 5.5.
It was something like that, 5.5, 6. I thought they'd be in that 7-8 win range, just respectable, a professional organization.
By the way, Joe Fortenbaugh is on Get Up right at this moment, taking the Raiders plus the 11.5. He loves that number.
Oof.
Well, I mean, the Raiders were kind of involved in a little bit of a questionable bad beat last week.
I mean,
by the way, you mentioned Ashton Genty, Dave. I need him this week against Rick.
And by the way, Pete Carroll.
I need Ashton Genty. I need Max Crosby. I need everybody.
Two of the biggest problems.
Pete Carroll, let's go.
Two of the biggest problems with the Raiders. Their offensive line and obviously the quarterback play. And Pete Carroll's fired how many assistants and coordinators already this year? Ironically enough, his two sons on the coaching staff. One of them is like the offensive line coach or the assistant offensive line coach. The other guy's like the assistant quarterback coach, and those guys still have jobs.
Not going well. If there is a God in heaven, by the way, the Raiders will beat the Eagles, and then the Vikings will beat the Cowboys.
Oh, that's mean.
Oh,
that is
God.
So mean.
You know what? I have so little. Oh, would that put me in a good mood?
That's so mean. Why would you do that?
You know exactly why.
I don't deserve that from you.
Sunday, 4 o'clock, good one in L.A. 10-3 Rams against the 8-5 Lions. There's the Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford storyline. This is actually the fourth time those two have squared off since they were traded for each other. With a win against the Lions, Rams can clinch a playoff spot. 3 straight Lions games have gone over the total. That's since their offensive play calling has been taken over by Dan Campbell. A lot of shootouts. Rams favored by 6 is the number.
One of those teams is going to be out in the cold when it's all said and done. Lions, Packers, Bears. Oh my.
Yeah,
right.
Well, it's not going to be the Rams. That I can tell you. And that is a good football game, and that should have a lot of offense. And man, the Rams' offense is something. I mean, even the game they lost against Carolina, they moved the ball up and down the field. They did it again last week against Arizona. I see no reason to think they won't do it again this week. And then they have the short week and they go to Seattle. So you can't play around because this is a huge stretch for the Rams. And Lions are right now, they're not a playoff team. Well, they had the big win last week, but they're not a playoff team. So they got to find this win as well. And I'll tell you, there's some dynamic offensive talent in this game.
That's a strong leader in the clubhouse right now for the Week 18 Sunday night last game of the regular season. Lions Bears.
That'd be nice.
Good. Dan sent me a tweet earlier of Phillip Rivers, whom the EA Sports folks had to rush to add back to Madden, and he looks rather chunky.
He stole Daniel Jones's number.
Body's not even cold.
Yeah, how about that?
What that seems very inappropriate. No. The guy's on the team.
He's
with
still on
number.
the team.
I don't think he's worried about it.
And Grandpappy, he just pops in and he's like, I'll be taking your 17. Thank you.
There was a game, I can't remember if it was college football or college basketball or maybe some other sport or whatever. Like they made an announcement in the middle of the game. This was like in the last week or two where a player changed numbers midway through the game.
I like that.
Well, wasn't there a college team that, like, the punter was wearing the same number as the backup quarterback, and he went in and maybe USC was involved in that? Like, it seemed very shady.
Yes.
It is odd. Having said all that, so he's going to need, he being Phillip Rivers, who's 44 and tracking to start on Sunday. This has all happened very quickly. He's going to need to lean on Jonathan Taylor, you would think, who has 3 straight games with fewer than 100 rushing yards. That's the longest streak of his career. Indianapolis has been struggling on defense. Going to be without Sauce Gardner, who has a calf injury. Travarius Ward, who has the concussion still. And potentially DeForest Buckner with a neck injury. So the Colts are up against the Seahawks by 13.5 is that number. Great game in Denver. Broncos 11-2, Packers 9-3-1. So if you love a good pass rush, this game is for you because you have the player who leads the league in pass in pressure rate, that is Micah Parsons, and the players who are 1st, 3rd, and 5th in quarterback hits. That would be Broncos defensive tackle Zach Allen. Micah Parsons is 3rd, and 5th is Nick Bonito of the Broncos. Denver, by the way, has 55 sacks on the year, 11 more than the next closest team. However, this game in Denver, Packers favored by 2.5.
This is an excellent game, and I think there's a lot of people that feel very similarly to Denver that they do about New England. Yeah, they're 11-2, but I don't know that they're real. I don't know that they are real. I mean, I've been underwhelmed with this team all year long. Packers have given you moments where they're not all that impressive as well, but a vitally important game in that 4 o'clock window on Sunday.
Well, before this past week against the Raiders, their previous 4 wins were by a total of, I think, 10 points.
Yeah, they shouldn't have beaten the Giants. There's a bunch of the games. Like, they have gotten really, really good fortune. Their defense is legit. There's no doubt about that. Harvey's a more explosive running back than Dobbins, and they do have some weapons, but I don't know. Offensively, I'm not overly impressed. But if you have home field with that defense, you certainly have more than a puncher's chance.
Well, you're 11-2, and your point differential is only plus 73. That's not
great.
That's not overwhelming.
No. Niners off the bye. They play the Titans. Not going to spend a lot of time here. Tennessee looking to win consecutive games for the first time since 2022. Hopefully that does not happen. Line is 12.5 in San Francisco.
Some big numbers this week, huh?
Yeah. Panthers have a real opportunity to do some damage. So Falcons win, Bucs lose last night, and the Panthers find themselves at 7-6, and they have a clear path here to take this division. They're in New Orleans to play the 3-win Saints. Bryce Young has never won a road game as a road favorite, which the Panthers are by 2.5.
If you're the Panthers and you can't go on the road and beat the Saints, then you are the equal patheticness of the Bucs from last night, and this now becomes a pillow fight in this division.
Well, the Saints just beat them in Carolina a couple of weeks ago,
which was an awful loss for them back then.
Well, because again, it's shooting. The Carolina had 2 bad turnovers, like deep in New Orleans territory. It was basically like everything you could do to lose a game, they lost.
Knocked me out of Survivor. Saints got you too, Dave, didn't they?
No, the Bucs got me last week.
And it
was the Saints.
Against the Saints. Yeah.
They got me too.
Tyler Shuck 2 touchdown runs in that game.
Sunday Night Football. Vikings have 5 wins. Cowboys have 6. These two teams battle in Dallas. Cowboys are averaging 32 points and 431 yards per game at AT&T Stadium, where they played their home games this year. Minnesota's road offense. They have not played well, so they scored a touchdown at Detroit on November 2nd. That happened in the third quarter. Since then, on the road, the Vikings have gone 25 straight possessions without a touchdown in visiting stadiums. Dallas by 5.5.
Take all the money you have and bet that J.J. McCarthy leads a scoring drive to open the game. Just bet everything.
I will say this.
Just
McCarthy
bet everything.
has been awful. He looked much, much better last week. I know it's Washington's defense. I know it looked like
I think
the
it's more
Commanders
Washington
have given up, but he looked a lot better. He made some really good throws last week. You know what? Dallas, last time out, they were underwhelming. The defense looks back to being awful. They keep saying, we're getting these guys back, and we got Quinnen Williams, we got Deron Bland, and we got Overshown, we got all these guys. The defense still stinks. That being said, they should win this game against Minnesota.
You can't tell me that Minnesota doesn't have any regrets about the way the quarterback situation played out after last year. You can't.
And at what point does Justin Jefferson become Joe Burrow, and he's like, I hate
I think you've seen signs of it already.
Yeah,
I think that started. I think that has started.
Yep. And Monday Night Football on ESPN, Pittsburgh. So this is a new development. They could be without T.J. Watt, who was hospitalized after experiencing lung discomfort.
How did this happen?
Following a treatment at the team facility. Well, details emerge on that. Devon Achane on the other side for Miami has been limited in practice because of a rib injury for the Dolphins. Miami will be eliminated from playoff contention with a loss. Steelers, this has come down a little bit, by 3 at home.
I can't believe this is such an important game, but it is. I mean, I thought the Steelers were on the verge of being done. I thought the Dolphins were done. They've really rallied for this coach, and I mean, he probably has a pretty good chance to return next season. Offensively, I mean, you lose Tyreek Hill, you trade your best pass rusher, and Dolphins keep rolling along. But if you're the Steelers, you have so much to play for. I mean, you can see a path to win this division. I think the key is, like, can Miami run the ball? Because everything for Miami kind of stems off that running game. If they can run the ball effectively, I could see them winning this game.
What's Achane's status? I haven't even seen his practice this week.
I feel what I've read is that there's a very good chance he's going to play in this game.
Yeah, it's one of those things that and with Miami, the way that they've kind of, because like you could have made a strong argument that McDaniels probably should have got blown out when Chris Greer did at the middle of the season, right?
I was shocked he didn't.
I was shocked he didn't too. So like That's why this could be like a false sense of security, this run that they've gone on in the second half, because it's like he might do enough to save his job, but is that good in the long run? Because what happens if they get off to a slow start next year? It's going to be like...
Same thing.
Right, same exact thing again.
Right.
That's what I mean. And then they fire him next year, and you're like, oh, well, we could have just did this last year and then would have started over.
But you do have to be somewhat impressed that being as dead as you were, if you're Miami, that you have rallied the troops and you're playing a relevant game in Week 15.
Yeah, they're still playing. They've changed their formula. So his claim to fame in San Francisco, he was the run game coordinator. He can drop as brilliant a run scheme as anybody. And two, I believe, it's been a month since he threw for over 200 yards. So they've changed the way they play football.
But it's like that. You're right about the run game stuff, but it's right out of the Shanahan tree.
Yes.
Because that's how he grew up. I mean, this is the same zone block, one-cut stuff that Mike Shanahan was running in Denver 30 years ago.
You've never been sexier. Zone block, one-cut stuff.
You like that?
Boy, are you delicious.
Like that?
Yeah,
that was
really
Around the League, brought to you by Boost Mobile. Don't overpay. Get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever. For life, for real. Switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, you may experience slower speeds. That's a league. We've gone around it.
You're so good. So here's the thing. You might think, boy, it doesn't get better than that. I'm gonna move on. You'd be wrong. Because now, Dan, we go to a frenzy.
Ooh.
So how do you involve yourself in the frenzy? There's three ways. It's a three-pronged attack, okay? 800-919-3776. You get involved on the phones, of course. On Twitter, at Rothenberg ESPN. And, oh, by the way, on the YouTube chat. And Ray sits there like a hawk monitoring the YouTube chat. Any good questions he brings immediately to my attention.
Like Dominique Wilkins.
Yes. Yes.
Like a
exactly
hawk.
like that.
Yeah.
From Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah. Took them to the Final Four. Anyway, we will break. But I'm telling you right now, we do not start the frenzy till the phone lines are all lit up. 1-800-919-3776. We do the full kit and caboodle next right here. DNR with you, ESPN New York. All right, let's see what's happening on the roads. Here is Debbie Duhame.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Dan. Alternate side parking rules in effect on this Football Friday. It's another gridlock alert day as well. Watch for delays westbound belt at Coney Island Ave with a collision. Bronx River Parkway south by the Bronx Zoo, a collision being cleared. 287 heading west, exit 10 into Rybrook. It's an accident. And over on 17 south at Highland Cross in East Rutherford, a broken water main. Tunnelly Ave by Patterson Plank Road, Secaucus into Jersey City, another broken water main there. Sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. One choice can change everything. The New York City Department of Transportation reminds drivers to slow down and yield to pedestrians. You can't rewind a crash. I'm Debbie Duhame on 880 ESPN New York.
It's Chuck Devine in Snow Country. Join Cricket Nation for a single line for $35 per month plus free Moto G5G. Smile, you're on Cricket. Terms and restrictions apply. I'm skiing silky powder one day and fresh falling snow and rocking the snowblower the next. That's life in the mountains in December, and it feels good. All that snowmaking in the Poconos and Camelbacks on nearly half of their terrain. Shawnee's back Friday, so's Mountain Creek, New Jersey. Mount Peters, Southern New York, opens Saturday. Bel Air, 75% in the Catskills. Wyndham, 15 trails with a couple inches fresh. At least 5 inches fresh for Gore and Whiteface in the Adirondacks. Gore, more than 20-pack powder trails, and Whiteface, more than 50. Butternut and Jiminy, some fresh snow in the Berkshires, both around a dozen slopes. Stratton, Killington, and Smuggler's Notch, Vermont, all pushing 50%, and they all got 8 inches of fresh snow Wednesday.
You don't just ski or ride, you dominate. At Killington, we fuel your adventure. Be the beast. Ski and ride Killington.
Hey, it's Michael Kay, talking to you about my friends at PC Richard & Son. They're local, family-owned, and I trust them, and you can too. Right now, save on all holiday gifts for everyone on your list. And with their holiday price guarantee, your price is protected. If the price goes lower from now through December 24th, they will match it. You can't beat it. Plus, you get fast and free delivery. PC Richard & Son, the company you could trust for over 116 years. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
The Hess truck's back and it's better than ever. Roaring engines this year. Hess race cars are here.
The Hess stock car racers are loaded with lights, sounds, and a powerful racing motor. Only at HessToyTruck.com. Free shipping and batteries included.
The holidays are here, and Amazon Pickup is your MVP of package pickup. Need that perfect gift like a brand new jersey for the big game? With Amazon Pickup, you can grab your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule at no extra cost. It's fast, it's easy, and it keeps your holiday surprises tucked safely away. So whether you're running from work or heading to the holiday party, Amazon Pickup makes holiday shopping worry-free. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
Dave Rothenberg here to tell you about my friends at Bathfitter. Now, they converted my kids' bathtub to a shower and did an incredible, really an unbelievable job. They offer all types of custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit done in just one day. Durable and easy to clean with no demo or mess and lower cost than a standard replacement. And a lifetime guarantee. Right now, no money down, no payments, no interest until 2027. So start designing your bath today like we did at bathfitter.com. There's only one Bathfitter.
Discover a driving experience crafted to inspire. At Garden City Mazda, exceptional design and sophisticated performance come together during the Mazda More to Move You sales event. Lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5 for just $229 a month at Garden City Mazda.
Getting more as a MyLowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
The holidays are rolling in, and if men in your life are struggling with their holiday wish list, tell them to add Manscaped to make gift-giving easy, fun, and completely stress-free this year. From the beard hedger to the lawnmower trimmer, Manscaped's precision tools keep you looking sharp, feeling confident, and ready for every event and celebration all season long. These aren't just stocking stuffers, they're upgrades for your daily routine. And right now at Target, you can save 20% on the Lawnmower 4 and 3 kits, Handyman, and the beard hedger. Hurry up, supplies won't last long.
It's time for a frenzy. A football frenzy.
You could say that 10,000 times and it still wouldn't be enough.
It fires me up, man.
I love it. Say it one more time.
A football frenzy. Any team, any player, any question.
Grassa in for Rick today. DNR with you, ESPN. So here we go. It is time now for the frenzy. And Dan, I know, because everybody loves a frenzy. I know you love it as well, and we're ready for it. Are you ready?
I mean, I don't know who doesn't like a frenzy.
Everybody loves a frenzy.
If you don't, then there's something wrong with you.
So I said to the people, I said we don't start till the phone lines are all jammed up. All jammed up.
They're all jammed up.
I'm getting.
It looks
tweets,
like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, it's amazing. So I don't want to waste any more time. Let's get right to it. 800-919-3776 on Twitter at Rothenberg ESPN. In the YouTube chat, pop it in there, and Ray will let us know what your question happens to be. Only parameters are we go rapid. All right, it's rapid fire. No, love the show. Big fan. Gross is great. Oh, I love when he's here. I hate Gross. None of it. None of it. Just right to your question. Nope. We start out with Sean in the truck. Sean, frenzy, go.
Is Todd Bowles' job in jeopardy?
Is Todd Bowles' job in jeopardy? Yeah, boy.
That's tough.
I would say Mariota. No? I'm being sincere because here's the thing: the Giants might win the game. Mariota. First of all, he runs effectively. So you're going to get like a touchdown via running, right? You're going to get at least like 40, 50, 60 yards just tucking and running. Secondly, the Giants' defense is awful. And for Washington to win the game, they're going to have to put up points. I think you're looking at like a 240, 2 touchdowns, 40 yards rushing. So if you're in a 6-point quarterback league, you're looking at 12 and like another 8, 20, 23, 25 points. I don't know that Hurts gets that. They might not need to score a lot of points in that game. I could be wrong. I would go with Mariota.
Or they also might rely on the running game a little bit more prominently because, it's going to be cold, nasty, windy, that type of stuff.
And you just saw Jalen Hurts soil himself, where every time he threw the ball, he got intercepted. So they might want to avoid that.
We were talking about this before off the air. Like, what is it with the Eagles? Like, the year after they go to the Super Bowl, they become completely dysfunctional.
It works for me, man. I mean, I was nervous they were going to repeat, and I am no longer nervous they're going to repeat. Jared Morganville. Jared, frenzy, go.
Which team currently in the playoff picture is the biggest paper tiger?
I mean, like within reason. I
No, I
do
think
we
he
look
means
at
like what team that's in right now do you look at and you're like, hey, there's no way.
Carolina? I mean, that's the one that jumps off the page. They're in first place.
Jacksonville, they're not going to. But how about what team that people think they have a real chance to go to the Super Bowl?
I think Denver.
I would say Denver as well.
Yeah.
I concur with that, which is funny. So I get, where is it now? I'm getting so many that I'm losing track of this one. Okay. Mike Robbins, if the Broncos beat the Packers this weekend, will you finally believe they're for real? No.
No.
I mean, it'd be a great win, and it would move them a step closer to having home field. Until I see Denver in the Super Bowl, I don't believe Denver will be in the Super Bowl.
And it's funny, they haven't lost a game at home this year, even though the wins have been not exactly, overwhelming.
I mean, the Raiders was one of the worst games I've ever seen.
Right. They should have lost to both the Giants and Jets, even though the Jet game was in London. They should have lost both of those games.
Yeah, and that might have been Bo Nix's worst game of the year. He was terrible in that game. Terrible in
Well, that's the thing. I mean, Bo Nix, first of all, can Bo Nix win a playoff game first?
All right, let's Serge Vival on Twitter. I'll ask you, will the winner of next week's Thursday night game between the Rams and the Seahawks represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? It's a good question.
That's a good question. They're going to be the favorite. So I think right now people look at right now you'd have to look at the Rams and say that's the team to beat.
Right, but if you're the Rams and you lose that game and Seattle goes on to run the table, you're now a wild card team.
Selfishly, I really hope Sam plays well in that game because that's been the MO on Sam now. Like when he plays these, he puts up these great numbers throughout the year, but when he plays these big games, he doesn't live up to it.
And I know you like him personally, but here's the thing, Dan. How could you not have that take?
I know.
You got to the game against the Lions last year, he was brutal. The playoff game, he was brutal. The first game against the Rams, he was brutal. He's making it very easy to have that take.
Cool thing about him, though, is that he owns it at least. You know what I mean? He knows what's out there, and he knows he's got to be better. He said it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like he's trying to hide from it.
That game could define the NFC next week. That you can't speak about how big of a game that is enough.
Well,
that is
also,
a huge football game.
And here's the thing, too, about the Rams. Remember, and I know one season is not the next, but obviously when the playoffs, home field is a big thing because, those teams in the North, if Bears-Packers, if teams got to go outdoors and play in, minus 10 degrees, that has an impact. But that Rams team last year, remember, they went into Philadelphia and almost won a game in a snow globe. That was the toughest game Philadelphia had the entire postseason.
They should have won that game. They had a second or two at the 12 to take the lead and win the game, and they fell apart. That was a good Eagles team.
Because the Rams could run the football.
Yeah, Kevin and Monroe. Kevin, you're on the frenzy.
Hey, can the Niners, what chance do the Niners have at the number one seed?
No, none. Just because I don't think they're good enough. I mean, Dan, you disagree?
They're doing it with smoke and mirrors. God bless them, but they're just patching that thing together.
I mean, I think it's a testament to how well coached they are and how much they take advantage of the talent they have. But then, the amount of talent they've lost is incredible this year for San Francisco.
You know what I just realized? RJ probably knows this. You know the Niners have played 3 more road games than they have home games this year?
So I get what you're saying, and they're not as good as those other teams. But in terms if you want to lay a path out, so they play the Titans.
Well, which is a win, which is 10, right?
And then they play the Colts.
It's a win.
11.
And then they play the Bears at home on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
And then they end the season home to the Seattle Seahawks.
I mean, you're right in your take of hey, if we go on a run, we could win. And I guess you could. I don't know, man. And what would have to happen now? So you'd have to have Seattle win and then lose, right? Because if the Rams are on the table, you can't win the division.
Yeah, they each have to drop a game. So you can control that with Seattle. You need the Rams to drop one.
You know what's amazing, too? San Francisco's got great, I know we use this in college, but they have great metrics. They're 4-1 in the division. They're 8-2 in the conference. Those are outstanding as far as tiebreaker things go.
And to the point you guys just made, if the Rams do drop one and it's everything on the table, Seahawks going to San Francisco with Sam Darnold.
Slinging
I say this every year. Big props to Kyle Shanahan, man, because just every year they he's
a great coach. I truly don't remember when the Niners played the Seahawks the first time. Did the Seahawks beat them up? What happened? I don't remember.
No,
the Niners won. It was week 1.
That was a Jake Tonjes game. Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
Tonjes.
Well, so you sweep them if you win that game. So I guess Thursday night you're rooting for Seattle.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah. Raymond, what do you got over there?
Well, that's got to make RJ physically ill. But anyway, to the YouTube chat. Kyle Young asks, does Dave trust Joe Shane not to screw up having the number 1 pick?
No. No, I mean, I'm sitting here telling you how badly I want Joe Shane to be out. Dave doesn't trust Joe Shane to do anything. I wouldn't let Joe Shane watch my dogs. No, I do not trust Joe Shane.
You got to start over. You got to. I mean, enough is enough.
You have to move on, right?
I don't even, honestly, and I don't want to sound like mean-spirited, it shouldn't even be a discussion.
I know. It was the first time that we've talked to Jordan. First time we've talked to Jordan, and Jordan's like, yeah, this is going to happen.
Like, what is it, 6-28 in the last 34 games?
It's pathetic.
The general manager plays no part in that? And then you're throwing all the nonsense off the field and all this other stuff? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
How are we justifying
this? It's highly embarrassing. It's highly embarrassing. That's why the more losses, the more embarrassing, the better chance that he's gone. Bill in Chester. Bill, you're on the frenzy.
What would the Giants' record be if they had a Kyle Shanahan, Sean Payton as their head coach, a top-tier head coach?
You'd have a lot more wins because you were in a lot of these games. I mean, the Giants have 2. I mean, how many games could they have won? They could have won another 2 or 3. I mean, at a minimum, like would you win the Cowboys game? Would you win the Broncos game? Would you win the Lions game? Would you win the Packers game? You've played, 13 games? I'd say you'd probably be 6-7 right now.
Bears
game you should have won? Yeah.
Lions.
Right. I mentioned Lions. Is 6-7 outlandish to think if you had a really capable head coach?
No.
I don't think so.
Dude, you've had fourth quarter leads in how many games?
A lot of them.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
a lot. Even the Packers, you led that game in the fourth quarter.
I know the score ended up being lopsided with the Saints game, but you turned the ball over on 5 straight possessions, but you had a lead in that game.
And you're up 14-3 in that game.
Double-digit lead.
Let's close it out with a little CMT. Dylan in Levittown. Dylan, you're on the frenzy.
Color Mary Trash, the most surprised team based on their record, Seahawks, Jaguars, Bears.
I'm going to marry the Bears.
Ooh.
I am most surprised with the Bears. I did not anticipate them being 9-4 and highly competitive and a playoff team.
See, I'm marrying the Jaguars.
I'll cuddle the Jaguars. I'll trash the Seahawks.
I mean, I didn't think that Mr. Duval was, going to be a 9-4 coach.
So where are you going?
Marry the Jaguars.
Yep.
Cuddle the Bears and trash the Seahawks.
Yep. So we're agree with the trash. All right. So that puts a bow on the frenzy.
And I still think, by the way, the Texans are the best team in that division. That's a team that.
It'll be tough to win the division, though.
Well, they're only a game out.
Yeah, but they lose the tiebreaker.
But when you look at what they have the rest of the way, Cardinals, Raiders, Chargers, Colts. I mean, they should win at least 3 of those.
Right, but then you need Jacksonville to go 2-2.
Well, the Jaguars are playing the Jets. That's a tough one.
Yep, real tough.
Who else they got? Then they got to go at Denver and then Colts, Titans.
Right.
So they'll lose at least one.
One. I agree. All right, let's break. We'll come back. We got to get into the Mets for a minute.
Oh.
We have to, and then we'll get right back to the football in the 9 o'clock hour. It's DNR with you right here on ESPN New York.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2025. Last chance! Donate now for a 2025 tax deduction.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply.
There are small risks in life, like giving a kid a football to play with in the house.
Whoa, watch out for the...
Okay.
And then there are big gambles, like giving a kid a lottery ticket. Never gift a lottery ticket to a person under 18. Learn more about how to gift responsibly during the holidays at playresponsiblyny.com. Please gift responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever. Meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets. So go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
Oh, little Billy Joel for you. DNR with you. ESPN New York. We roll along on a football Friday, but we're going to take a moment, and we have a busy 9 o'clock hour, get back into the Jets and the potential Burrow, which, my God, I mean, if I'm the Jets, I would do anything within my power to try to find a way to bring him in. And that's the Mets. I want to get to the Mets for multiple reasons. Firstly, I'm getting very upset. Okay? George is getting very upset. And secondly, you love the Mets as well. Rick does too, but like to get a different perspective. So here's my take, and I want you to react off of it.
Sure.
They didn't want Alonso. Okay, let me just give you my quick little pieces, and then you can react to it. They didn't want Alonso. I'm not surprised he's not back. I'm upset because I have an emotional attachment. It doesn't horrify me, Alonso, okay? They wanted Diaz. I think he got outplayed with Diaz. That one annoys me because if you're going to go 3 for 66, why not go 3 for 75? We're not talking about a fortune of money there. And then I think if either you have him now or he says, I'd prefer to go to the Dodgers, and then, now it's like, well, if we would have come up with a little better offer, would we have gotten him? And then I have this mindset of, no, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. There's got to be a plan. I trust in Stearns. I believed in Stearns. Cohen's got the money. It's going to be fine. And then yesterday, a guy that I was excited, I thought there was a real chance they were going to get Suarez comes off the table, and they don't get him. Now, I stand by it. I still believe that Stearns has a plan because I can't think he doesn't have a plan. I think we're going to like it. I'm hopeful we're going to like it. And then he puts it into place, and all of a sudden we get to opening day, and you're like, here is the Mets team that he wanted to put together the entire time. But I will tell you this. It is getting harder to believe in this plan every day that goes by that another guy that you were excited that you had a real chance to get, you do not get.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, co-sign, retweet, whatever. And the waiting is the hardest part now if you're a Met fan. Like, whatever I posted on social media, like tell me what the plan is. They're not going to tell us, but you wish you could just snap your fingers and get to March 27th or whenever opening day is to see the type of team that they have. Because right now, I mean, here's the bottom line. You would agree that the 2025 version of the Mets was not good enough, correct?
It was embarrassing.
It was embarrassing.
It wasn't just not good enough. It was absolutely embarrassing.
On December the 12th, that version of the Mets on paper is even worse. Correct?
Oh, not even worse. Like dramatically worse.
Okay.
Dan. You don't have the best, in my estimation, the best closer in baseball. You don't have, and I thought that Nimmo defensively was just a disaster, but offensively he was pretty good, and you don't have a guy that's a 40 home run guy. So
Correct.
yes, you don't have a lot that you had last year to win 83.
There's a lot of work to do, and we would say that it was an embarrassment. It was a failure last year. The people in charge know that, and that's why they're taking the detonator to this core. And let's be real. And to me, out of all these guys that are no longer on the team, like even from like a fan standpoint or selfish, whatever, the only guy that I'm still kind of like bitter over is Diaz, because it was only a matter of $3 million.
Yep.
Right? The Alonso thing, like, I get it. They didn't want to swim in those waters for 5 years. Who could blame them? It only takes one team, and it was the Baltimore Orioles. All right, God bless him. And I hope he does great there. But the Nimmo thing, defensively, as you said, he was not great in left field. The contract,
He had
the glass.
a noodle arm. He could barely
Noodle
throw
arm.
the baseball.
He took bad routes to balls last year. He was getting worse in the outfield. So run prevention is big for this team. They upgraded at second base defensively, but now they have a black hole in left field because they don't have an answer out there. There's still a lot of things to do. The thing is, though, if you allow yourself to separate emotion from this, go back to, 2019. That's when Diaz came. That's when Alonso showed up. Since 2019, what exactly has this team and this core won?
One, not a lot. They had a special year in 24, which you might say was really good fortune. They ran it back in 25, and it was a disaster.
Okay.
Right? I mean, they ran back. Everyone's so excited about that team. It's going to be so much better. And you bring back Minai, and you keep Alonso, and you add Soto, and how can they not be better? And they were significantly worse last year. To lose out to Cincinnati, to not make the postseason, to spend that kind of money is an absolute unmitigated disaster, Dan.
And here's what I'll throw out there, and you brought up what happened in 24. And I know that Met fans don't want to hear this right now because they hate Stearns. They think that he's, wants to pinch pennies, and they're not a fan of Cohen right now with everything that's happened in the last week. Because to be dealt those body blows on consecutive days when you have the richest owner in the sport, it's a lot to stomach. And fans don't see it rationally. When they say, well, wait a sec, we lost out on Edwin Diaz for $3 million. We didn't want to pay our all-time home run leader or whatever, and we got an owner worth $23 billion, and they don't want to keep, homegrown players, so on and so forth. But remember something. That 2024 team, and this is where I go back to you got to trust the people that are in charge. The expectations for the Mets going into 2024, Dave, were slim to nothing. Remember, that team was supposed to be, I don't want to say garbage, but there was no high expectations for the team that year.
No
Remember?
expectations at all.
Nothing. And they ended up going all the way to the NLCS. Now, one other thing I want to throw in. Diaz leaves for $3 million.
But that annoys me.
Okay? Brandon Nimmo.
No, but here's the thing. Did Diaz leave for $3 million? Or
Well,
is your offer just $3 million lesser?
Well, he never
right. But you if you went 3 for $69, are you keeping Diaz?
But he never went back to them and gave him a chance to even match
right.
that. So that tells me he didn't want to be
know
here.
that had you offered 3 for $69, you'd have him. So your offer was $3 million less than the Dodgers, but I don't know that he left over $3 million.
But you know what's funny about that? I bet you at the end of last season, before the season even ended, knowing that Diaz was going to opt out, if you took that money and just attached it on to whatever he had left on his contract, let's say that those $22 million a year, whatever, he might have stayed and then bypassed free agency. But they didn't think ahead enough to do that. But my point is this.
Or they just thought that no matter what happens, we have so much money and we're going to find a way to keep him.
Right. Nimmo waives his no-trade clause to leave. Okay? So this is Diaz leaving, Nimmo leaving. You hear about all this strife and the locker room issues and so on and so forth. Is there more of an issue with this ball club than meets the eye and maybe we're being led to believe? If you have two guys who, were thought to be fixtures that couldn't wait to get out of here. And voluntarily, in Nimmo's case, waived the no-trade clause to leave.
Yeah, I think it's probably pretty bad, to be honest with you. And you remember the Mike Puma story recently, the Soto and Lindor not getting along.
And I've heard stuff, too, that
I'm sure you have.
There is some drama.
I'm sure there is. Now, we've seen teams that can't stand each other win the World Series. So I don't look at that as the ultimate excuse, but there's certainly something there. Barry Thomas, blah, blah, blah. Try to be positive all you want about the Mets, but no one is forgetting you guys bleeping all over the bed last year. You guys are losers. When did we ever defend the Mets from last year? Ever for a second defend the Mets for last year? And I'm not defending the Mets now. I'm upset with how it's happening. But if they do nothing, If it's they've signed Paul Goldschmidt and they've brought in Ramon Laureano.
Or traded for Wilson Contreras.
Right, Wilson
to
Contreras
play first base.
is the Mets' new first base catcher combination. I'm going to freak out.
Well, and
but
you should.
I can't live in a world right now where I believe that to be true. If you get a Tatis, if you get a Skubal, Buster told us yesterday they're very in on Skubal.
Well, here's what's going to here's what will probably happen then. They'll give up the farm for Skubal. They'll get him here, and then after the season, he'll leave as a free agent and sign with the Dodgers.
Yeah, you can't have that happen.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
no, but here's the bottom line. And I know the emotions, and sometimes it brings out irrationality and all those things, but here's what I say to all Met fans. Remember and keep telling yourself this. It wasn't good enough. This core, these players that you loved, and they hit all the home runs and the saves and the narco and the Timmy Trumpet, it wasn't good enough.
Not only was it not good enough, Dan, it wasn't close to good enough.
You made the playoffs twice during that 7-year stretch, or whatever it was. Twice. And the
all
1 year.
I'm saying, and I know you agree with me.
Yeah.
I'm going to give David Stearns the offseason to change this to the way he wants it. And if we get to opening day and into the season and it's still a problem, I will lose my mind. But right now, I'm going to quietly, patiently allow him to do his job. Let's take a break, come back. A lot more Mets conversation down the road today. Football Friday, DNR with you, ESPN New York.
Friends, it's football season, the best time of the year. You should be out there tailgating, cheering on your team, and enjoying every Sunday. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. You don't have to live like that. There's help. Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain is New Jersey's top pain specialist. He's Ivy League trained, double board certified, and is dedicated to helping you get back in the game. Here's what makes the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical image-guided procedures that deliver real results. Dr. Shaw treats neck pain, back pain, joint pain, migraines, nerve pain, and sciatica with a plan that's customized for you. Same-day and next-day appointments are available, and with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, relief is always close. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Visit SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Most major insurances are accepted. That's SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
At Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, we're celebrating this holiday season with our $155,000 Slay the Road drawing, including your chance to win a new Land Rover Defender and $10,000 cash. Earn entries all month long, then be here on January 1st between 12 and 3 p.m. when one winner will be drawn every hour to win up to $20,000 cash. At 4 p.m., one lucky winner will win a Land Rover Defender and $10,000 cash at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Hey, it's Michael Kay talking to you about my friends at PC Richard & Son. They're local, family-owned, and I trust them, and you can too. Right now, save on all holiday gifts for everyone on your list. And with their holiday price guarantee, your price is protected. If the price goes lower from now through December 24th, they will match it. You can't beat it. Plus, you get fast and free delivery. PC Richard & Son, the company you could trust for over 116 years. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
Discover a driving experience crafted to inspire. At Garden City Mazda, exceptional design and sophisticated performance come together during the Mazda More to Move You sales event. Lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5 for just $229 a month at Garden City Mazda.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
On December 12th, Service Titan invites you to celebrate the Day of the Trades, a day we recognize the men and women we depend on to make our lives possible, a day we shine a spotlight on the men and women that work tirelessly to keep society functioning, a day where we look to honor those individuals we couldn't live without. On 12/12 and every day, all of us at Service Titan say thank you to the tradespeople who power the nation. Search Service Titan Power the Nation to learn more.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York. This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
It's the beginning of the end for Joe Burrow in Cincinnati. The organization has absolutely failed him.
If I want to keep doing this, I have to have fun doing it. I've been through a lot. It's not fun, then what am I doing it for?
If I'm the Jets, I'm figuring out a way, getting together and say, how do we get Joe Burrow? How do we start the process of making Joe Burrow our quarterback?
Who better to bet on than Joe Burrow, though?
I certainly think there is a path to get it done.
Joe Burrow's in the business of taking irrelevant franchises and making them relevant.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
It is a football Friday. Rick not here. Grassa is taking his place and doing a really nice job, by the way. This is what I'm thinking, because knowing Rick the way I do, we make our picks at 9:30. RJ, you still do not have his picks yet this week.
That is correct.
Yeah.
He's listening.
It's only 9:04, though.
No, but come on, man. Why do we always have to play this game where he goes right up until the deadline?
This is Rick. This is what Rick does.
I mean, I've never been more certain about anything in my life than when I asked you if you had his picks, that the answer was going to be no.
He's looking for the most accurate lines.
Down to the last minute.
The most accurate lines?
I mean, what do you mean the most accurate
lines?
Lines?
Because if he takes a number now and it moves...
What happens if it changes to the negative for him?
What is he, like a sports book, chain smoking or something like that?
I mean, to be fair, we're not making picks right now, so he doesn't want to show his hand.
Wow.
Okay. So he thinks that you'll steal his picks, because I wouldn't even know what they are, that you would steal his picks.
Yeah, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly possible.
Interesting. And do you look at yourself like that? Like as someone that would just, I mean, you and Raymond do kind of go back and forth with you.
Here we go.
Cheating. So that.
Here we go.
That, maybe he's validated. Maybe.
Are you calling them pick thieves?
I mean, if
he feels away
if the
because
gloves
RJ
fit,
and
my
I
friend,
had coincidental picks for a couple weeks there.
Dan, there's at least 13, 14 games a week. These guys had like 4 out of 5 picks that they took exactly the same.
By the way, we lost a vast
That's not the
majority
point.
of them.
That's not the point. The point is, Dan, they're colluding together.
Well, here's the thing. No more excuses, like you said, because the bye weeks are over. So now you have a vast array of games.
A lot of the games suck, though.
See, here we go.
Well, that's the problem. I mean, like, for example, Jets, Jaguars, if that's a 2-touchdown line, like, nobody feels comfortable getting into a game with that kind of number.
I'll tell you what, if one of these guys does, the other does.
Not so fast.
Not
so
fast.
fast.
See? Here we go. You see what happens? If one of these, it's like they share a brain. If one of these guys thinks something, they spend so much time together. By osmosis, they're going to both feel the same way.
Now you're talking about something completely different. It's not like we're bouncing things off of each other and say, "Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I'll do that." Like we're just thinking the same. That's all.
I don't believe it. If you guys have multiple picks that are the same, I'm calling shenanigans on all of this.
Well, look, they share a room. The air circulation probably isn't good, so the ideas are kind of like marinating between the both of them.
It is muggy in here.
You know?
Don't overlook what's happening, Dan. He's trying to brainwash you. The season has not gone the way he planned.
No, Dan.
I haven't done well
was
either,
3
by the way,
games
first
out.
and foremost. But I
picked up 2 games last week. I'm making a massive comeback. I feel good about my picks this week. This has nothing to do with my failure or success in my picks.
Well,
it doesn't statistically make sense.
There's not
I'm going to let Michael K. speak for me.
Shut up, you big baby.
I'm tired of this.
Failure or success? I mean, brief me on this success, please.
I'm not having success.
Where's my success? I've never won.
Forget it. You see what they're doing? Dan, I mean, kudos to you guys. The deflection is unbelievable.
It's a good deflection.
It's a great deflection. Dan, it doesn't make sense that you would pick 3 games a week and you would have the same game with the person you share a room with over and over and over.
And you're not conferring over this because this is like a legit competition.
Well,
obviously.
no, I think they are conferring. I think all week it's like, hey, do you like the Chargers plus the 5M? I don't know. I like the Chiefs. Hey, let's pretend
Sour
this conversation
grapes from
never
the guy
happened.
who keeps losing the picks year after year.
It's not the point.
Yes, that's clearly
It's not the point.
Is he in last right now?
Yeah.
By a game.
I had a very bad week last week.
Yeah.
I had a horrible week again last week.
By a game. Forget it. Obviously, my conversation is too, I don't know, highbrow for you guys.
No,
and
I
you
get
don't
the
understand.
conversation. I totally get it. They're just in
No,
denial.
you I know get it. The fact that they're cheating, they think is fine. Whatever. You know what? It's fine. Fine. Keep doing what you do.
Cheating is a strong accusation, by the way. Colluding and cheating, I think, in certain cases are two different things.
It's not Chauncey Billups here. You're right.
Good God.
But there is collusion.
Colluding is like what Doug Peterson did. Who was the yo-yo quarterback that he put in that final week when the Giants could have made the playoffs?
Nate Sudfeld.
That was our first show. Remember. I believe I recall that's the reason that Gunling yelled at Don that one time. But I digress. But you saw what he kind of snuck in there. He's kind of hoping the feds bust in here and take either me or RJ away in handcuffs.
No, both.
Do the perp wall.
Both.
I think you should both be taken into custody from all the crap I'm hearing this morning. My God.
There is no way that you in a court of law you could prove that you guys are it's just like the 0.0001 chance of taking the same picks every week are happening.
First of all, in a court of law, the burden of proof is for you to prove that we did that. We didn't. No,
this guy sounds like Matlock.
No,
I can.
You cannot. You, in fact, cannot.
There's DNA all over your picks.
Boy, I'm really glad Rick is not here right now.
There's a lot going on there with that one.
Whatever.
Listen, just dial in. Get your 3 picks ready.
My picks are ready to go.
All right.
I'm dialed in. I'm ready to go. All right, I got some Jets news for you guys. Big news, Jazz hands. I don't know that I would say big news. Adam Schefter, just 9 minutes ago, was reporting that Jets signed starting center Josh Myers to a 2-year, $11 million contract extension. Ties him to the team through 2027. Jets now have 4 of their 5 starting offensive linemen under contract for next season. And the offensive line, Dan, has been one of the few bright spots for the Jets this year.
And Josh Myers was a guy, give him credit, and he's a super guy, by the way. And I think he's had a good year. I
did not have a great expectation for him this year. He's done better than I anticipated.
Well, remember, he was brought in initially to, quote-unquote, be a depth guy, compete with Joe Tippmann for the starting center job, even though you kind of thought that Tippmann would win the job. And he did. And then, unfortunately, Elijah Vera Tucker got hurt.
Correct.
So Tippmann slid over to right guard, and he's performed well there, and Josh has held down the fort at center. Now, they're comfortable with Joe at right guard, which means the way I read into this, John Simpson's a free agent, the left guard, and Elijah Vera Tucker's a free agent. One of those two guys, if they're not back, then that means...
Well, you can't bring back Vera Tucker. In my estimate, just not because he's not good. He's really good.
Well,
but
you could bring him
never
back,
healthy.
But he unfortunately he's not going to cash into maybe what a guy of his ability should
maybe
be getting paid.
Maybe you can sign him to a 1-year prove-it
and
deal.
And if he takes that deal, then the Jets are better for it. You know what I'm saying? But this gives you at least a little bit of certainty.
I would love to see the Giants take a 1-year flyer on a guy like that, but different conversation for a different day.
So, yeah, good job by Josh Myers.
I think so.
And a good job by, getting this offensive line, keeping the offensive line for whoever the quarterback is going to be.
Right. And I guess the one thing, and we'll get to the Burrow stuff in a second. You can line up the calls because I know you guys are excited by this. 800-919-3776 is that the Jets need a ton, right? But that being said, you need the quarterback. You need more weapons in the passing game. You need to revamp almost the entire defense. All these things are true. The one thing you can look at and say, hey, you know what? We're pretty close to being secure here is the offensive line. This offensive line is not a work in progress. The offensive line has actually been really good for the Jets this year. Like just mentioned in that tweet, is stable for the future.
And that's the thing, which was the biggest revolving door over the last, I don't know how many seasons. And it seems like they finally got this thing worked out. Now you just hope that the most important piece is also going to fall into place here pretty soon.
See, I got a great email. James E. He says, they're totally missing the point. If they robbed the bank together, but they were completely incompetent and got caught, they still committed the crime. The collusion is the cheating, not the result of the selections.
There's no collusion.
Mm-hmm.
There's literally no collusion.
No, we get it. I got you. We're on the same page. No collusion. Dan.
Yeah.
How far would you go?
Yeah.
For Joe Burrow?
I'm not giving up 5 first-rounders.
What are you giving up?
I'll give you 1 next year, 1 in 27. Pick whatever 2 you want, either 26 or 27. Actually, no, I'll take a 27 too.
No, here's what I want. I'm the Bengals.
And
I'm not going to go crazy and say, give me all 5-year ones. That's insane. I don't know if you're allowed to be honest with you. I want 3 1s and 2 2s.
3 1s, a 2, and I'll give you a veteran. Whatever you want.
I want 3 1s and 2 2s.
No, you're not getting 2 2s. Because I gotta hear Mike, you're killing me.
You're gonna stand in the way of getting a generational quarterback who, granted, has health issues, but is a generational elite Mount Rushmore currently in the NFL quarterback over an additional second round pick.
Because that second round pick is going to be hopefully a day one starter for me, and I need to build a team around him. I need to build a defense, which is what he doesn't have right now and what the Jets don't have right now. Or else what good is it? It might as well be Cincinnati East if the guy doesn't have some help.
So somebody is going to pay to the point where you're like, wow, they gave a lot for him. So you'd give 3 1s and you'd give a 2.
Yes.
And you're balking at the second 2.
Correct.
RJ?
You got to build a team. Even though the quarterback's the most important, you got to build a team.
All right. I respect your opinion, and I want to move on to RJ. RJ, if you were the Jets, 3 1s and 2 2s.
Send it. Now.
Done.
Done.
Raymond, 3 1s and 2 2s.
I'm sending it before you hang up the phone.
Yeah.
Not even consider it. Like,
see, I feel the same.
Well, you're gonna win. You better win games 38-35.
Yeah. I
mean, that's how they win now.
Yeah, it's going to be illogical. It's not.
They have 3 wins.
It's not going to make.
No. I don't mean the Jets. I mean that's how the Bengals win.
They have 4 wins.
Yeah.
Okay, but they have 4 wins only because he's been hurt.
This is never going to make sense, though. It's never going to. You're never going to look at this and be like, "Oh, that's pretty good value to send out the door to get Burrow back."
It's not going to be good value. You can't, in my estimation, you can't give enough to get this guy. Now, I understand you don't want to give up 5. I'm giving up 3 1s and 2 2s, and I would do it in a heartbeat.
The price tag is a little too steep for me.
I think
because again, you're also throwing into the fact that you're not talking about a guy who is the epitome of durability either.
That's the one thing that does give me pause.
Right? And it should give you pause. Listen, it should not be a trade that you make it like, boy, we got a steal here. Like, you're not going to get a steal. It should give you pause. He's so good. And not only is he so good, but it's not like you have a track record and a lineage where you're saying, okay, well, we understand how to do it. You don't. Now, this regime, I guess, is still an unknown, but you took Darnold? No. You took Wilson? No. I mean, you have not had a quarterback in your franchise history. And don't give me Namath, because Namath won a Super Bowl, and I get it, and he was terrific. He's not Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is way better than Joe Namath, and I'll argue that till I'm blue in the face. He would immediately become the best quarterback in the history of your stinking franchise.
And those quarterbacks, when they both came into the program, the previous two, Sam Darnold and Zach Wilson, there was nothing around them. Nothing. And that didn't exactly help their progression and their development. More so with Darnold. I mean, Zach Wilson is who he is. I mean, he's bounced around enough. It's just not going to work out.
Darnold's shown he's a competent, even a good NFL quarterback. Right. Zach Wilson, I think he stinks.
Right, and for the 3 years that Sam Darnold was here, arguably his number one wide receiver was Jamison Crowder. And the best offensive lineman they probably had during those years were, who was it? Was it Kelvin Beachum? No knock on him.
It's terrible.
You know what I'm saying?
And he's a journeyman guy at this point. No, terrible. They did no favors. But now,
97-year-old Frank Gore running the ball 25 times in 2020.
This would be your avenue. And look, listen, do I know that I'm right? I don't know that I'm right. But I know with what you've done that it's not working. I know that by trying to build it the way you've tried to build it and draft the quarterback and develop the quarterback, it's not working. I don't trust the Jets. At least this gives me a surefire. I know that if and when I trade for Joe Burrow, I have a stud quarterback, a great quarterback, a winning quarterback, a guy that I can surround him with some decent pieces, and he'll be unbelievable. I would do it.
Well, and the other thing too, I mean, like again, you don't care about this part of it, but the way negotiations work, and with contracts and things in the NFL. Remember, he still owed a ton of money. That part of the whole whatever the compensation is going to be going back and forth, it's going to be okay, Cincinnati. How much of this contract are you going to eat? Are we taking the whole thing on?
Well, there lies the problem.
If we take the whole thing on, then I'm giving you less picks
in all of sports in Cincinnati. I mean, they're
cheap, right? They're notoriously cheap.
I mean, beyond cheap.
And that was part of the argument that I made 2.5 months ago as to why this thing could be feasible. I get on the phone and I start doing Jedi mind tricks to Mike Brown. Hey, Mike, your quarterback, he's hurt again. He's always hurt. You see how much money you still got to pay him for whatever many years? How about I take him off your hands? Here's a couple of picks for you. That's what you have to talk into something like that.
So John chimes in to the group text, and I think this is a fair question. He said, ask it this way. Would you trade Sauce and Quinnen Williams for Burrow? because that's basically what you're doing after the fact. And of course you would. Of course you would do that. That's what you got for those guys. So you take what you got and you ship it on out. Now, they're probably going to want your pick this year and not their pick, and that's going to be a big difference, right? You're going to probably be picking top 5, and that other pick will be 15, 16. So, but I'm doing it. I'm sorry. I've been so irrelevant for so long. I signed Favre. I'm 8-3. I'm rolling along. He gets hurt. I collapse. I have Rodgers. It's going to be magnificent. He's a game changer. He's a Hall of Famer. You stink. Darnold stinks. Wilson stinks. I'm sorry, man. Maybe I'm in the minority. I would do it. I mean, when you're desperate the way this team is desperate, I would do almost
Well, to go
anything
back to
for him.
John's point then about would you trade Sauce and Quinnen for... Okay, that's great. Well, you just traded Sauce and Quinnen. How's your defense? That's my point. If you're getting rid of all my premium picks, then how am I going to build a team? And, oh, by the way, if I got a quarterback now who's eaten how much percentage of my salary cap because he makes $60 million a year or whatever the number is, I just can't go out there and shop for players to help me on defense.
Well, Mushi, go do your job. Go hit. I'm not taking all your picks away. You're still going to have first-round picks. So you know what? Take those first-round picks and move back in the first round. And now take 2 guys on
wait
defense.
a sec.
Hit on a third-round pick.
All right, so there's 2 first-round picks left because I'm giving you 3 of them, right?
Yep.
And how many 2s do I have over the next 2 years? If I give you 1 2,
I want 2 2s.
You want 2?
I want 2 of your 2s.
How many do they have over the next
I think
year?
you
Is
have
it 3
3,
2s?
right?
All right, so I got 2 1s and 2 2s?
I don't know now.
I think
that's what it was. 3 1s, 2 2s.
Okay, so that's what you would have left. All right, fine. When
so you go back to what you originally had.
Right, and here's what I would want. I would want them to eat some of the contract then.
Well, that's I don't even think that's a
But I'm just saying.
starter.
I think they eat some of the contract anyway.
They have to. If I'm giving you that extra 2.
Good luck with them eating contract.
Oh, but then you don't have a deal.
Okay, then you don't have a deal.
Then
I'll
good
ship
luck.
somewhere
Good luck
else.
looking at Joe
Then
Burrow
I'll
on the
send him to
sidelines.
the Raiders or somewhere else, and then he'll beat your brains in, and you'll be like, man, we could have had him, but we didn't because we held on to that extra 2.
Maybe.
Let's go to Bobby in Westchester. Bobby, you're on ESPN New York.
Good morning, guys, and I love your show. Dave, I would just like to – I would say it's a little too much. I would go with 2 1s and 2 2s, but you kind of took a shot at Namath. Now, I saw him play, and I saw the Super Bowl. If Namath played in these rules now –
Yeah, you're not wrong about that.
6,000 yards.
Yeah.
He would have passed for over 50. So, listen – Joe
Namath
Burrow,
was ahead
good.
of his time.
I wasn't meaning to take a shot at Namath either, and I also think that Namath on the Jets was not the best version of Joe Namath.
Well, I mean, that was the only version of Joe Namath. Remember, he played every year with the Jets, except for 1 year with the Rams at the end when he was really decrepit and
But
broken
earlier,
down.
Joe Namath was a better version of Joe Namath.
Correct.
That's my
But,
point.
and Joe Namath, by the way, was the first quarterback in professional football to throw for 4,000 yards in a season.
Doesn't
he
he still have the Jets' single-season record?
No, that's Ryan Fitzpatrick now, believe it or not.
Oh, that's
and,
good.
and Namath did that in 14 games, by the way, in a time when they didn't pass the ball.
14 games, remember, bump and run down the whole field.
Yeah.
15-yard off. If you got called for holding offensive line, it was 15 yards, not 10, right? And they killed the quarterback and the receivers. If he had Maynard and Sauer now in these rules with Joe, I say 6,000 yards, 50 TDs.
You might be right.
You
might be. So maybe it's just you can't compare era to era. Namath was a special quarterback who had an amazing arm, and he would have lit the league on fire. You're right. That wasn't what I was trying to do. I'm just saying. My point was, Joe Burrow is so special.
Right, he's very good, and it's different. It's impossible to. The thing with Joe is this, Dave. And look, I'm not sitting here trying to tell you that I saw Namath play. It was before my time, but I know the history well enough. You know, people just go to Pro Football Reference and see a guy who threw more interceptions than he did touchdown passes in his career, and they say he's overrated, and his whole career is one game. Go back to the people that were around then that played against it. Like, do you know how important? There may not be a player, like people like NFL historians will tell you, there may not be a player who was more important to the current version of the NFL than Joe Namath.
I agree.
He was the guy who catapulted the NFL into
I don't think the NFL
TV.
would be what it was if not for that victory over the Baltimore Colts in Super Bowl III. I completely
100%.
concur with that. All right. Hey, RJ.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. How's the show going today?
Great. I think you guys have been terrific.
Really? You mean that sincerely?
Of course I do.
I think it's been pretty good, too, actually.
You're trying to deflect the whole collusion scandal?
No, I'm too busy looking at all the nice green on the spreadsheet of all my victories as of late.
Wow. You know what? You've done really well. See, you know what happened, Dan? They've been so committed to keeping their picks together. Last week they went separate. 3-0, 0-3. Is what
when do you think they, according to your logic, when do you think they get together and like go over each other's picks? Is it Thursday night?
All week.
Yeah, after the show daily.
It's a constant, Dan.
You know
it's a lifestyle.
I'll let you know at breakfast, by the way, if there's a review.
You've seen what we do after the show. You know.
You know, Dan, right out there outside the studio door, the big boardroom? We reserve that every day at 11.
The big one.
Yeah.
No, see, don't let them deflect this, Dan. This is not
true.
They're
This
in a locked room.
Yeah.
For 20 hours a week to come, it never stops. You say, when do they do it? They always do it. Hey, he'll flippantly throw up like, what do you think about the Chargers plus 5.5? Don't like it. Let's look at another game.
Shut up, you big baby.
Browns plus 7.5. Bears, cold weather. RJ's big into the weather. Like, they each have their strength. Ray's the Cowboys expert. RJ's the Niners expert. They each have their way. If Rick were here, he would completely concur with me. 100%. So it's fine. So if you guys do what you do, it's fine. Are you ready for the stuff that you missed?
Yes.
All right. You come
now.
Walk-up three-pointer. He got it.
See ya.
Put him in the box.
The you missed.
Recurring meeting every day at 11. So if you ever want to swing by.
You know what? Honestly, it's well done by you.
You're invited.
The deflection is
You know
genius.
what? You're invited.
That's late. 11 o'clock. That's an hour after the show.
Well, we're busy after the show. So Kirk Cousins, he threw 3 touchdowns yesterday, all of them to Kyle Pitts. Falcons rally, 29-28 win over the reeling Bucs, who are now 7-7. Todd Bowles, he took the loss okay.
It's inexcusable. You don't make excuses. You got to care enough where the hurts. You got to care enough where the hurts. It got to mean something to you. It's more than a job. It's your livelihood. How well do you know your job? How well do your job? Well, you can't sugarcoat that. It was inexcusable, and there's no answer for it. There's no excuse for it. That's what you tell them in the locker room. Look in the mirror.
I think he's coping okay with it.
No chip ahoy
I
cookies
swear
for
to
you.
I thought that was AI when I first saw it. Ray, I'm not even kidding.
I know.
The fact that it was everywhere, though, that's what took me off the AI trail. I was like, no, this is real.
But my first thing, I was like, oh, God, come on, this is not real. And then I started to do some research. It's the first thing I said to Ray this morning. He said, Ray, was this real? He's like, I don't know. Ray didn't even know about it. He's like, let me look into this. He's like, no, this really happened.
I'll tell you, both of those coaches in the fourth quarter, I mean, they tried to outdo themselves in terms of, just really head-scratching
Todd Bowles
decisions.
would not be outdone.
No, so Todd, when I worked Jets for 8 years, I was telling Dan this before. Dan, you and I worked for 4 of those, I think. And Todd had one of those after a Monday Night Football game. The season was already kind of down the toilet. And it was at 12:45 in the morning.
He had one of those cursing barrages?
Was it the Arizona game Monday night? Because they got absolutely destroyed. I can't remember what year that was.
So it brought me back to that
answer.
day. And I don't know. I'll have to examine.
I'm just trying to think of games where they were completely outclassed. That thing was over before it started, I remember.
So that brought me back because you had said, oh, I can't believe you do that. I was like, oh, it's in there. CeeDee Lamb.
He's got to get fined for that.
CeeDee Lamb still in concussion protocol. Practice in full. Seems poised to play against the Vikings. TJ Watt spent the night in the hospital after... We'll find out exactly what happened. Some kind of injection gone wrong at the Steelers facility. Firmly questionable to play Monday Night Football against Miami. Raiders likely to start quarterback Kenny Pickett with Geno Smith banged up. LSU's schedule is out for football. Lane Kiffin returning to Ole Miss September 19th of next year. And North Carolina, by far one of the worst offenses in all of college football. They decided they're going to make a change. Freddie Kitchens, offensive coordinator.
Oh, no.
No more. He has been fired.
I'm shocked that hasn't worked out.
How does Freddie Kitchens continue to gain employment every time he fails at a job?
I'm sure Peter will have fun with that. That's what I think of when I think of Freddie Kitchens. Braves and reliever Robert Suarez.
I think of the kitchen.
Agreed to a 3-year, $45 million contract. Hockey, Anders Lee, 2 goals, 2 assists. Islanders, 5-2 winners against the Ducks at UBS. Lightning scored 4 goals in the first, never looked back. They double up the Devils, 8-4 at the Rock. Lightning defenseman Victor Hedman back on IR, a move that will mean he misses at least the next 3 games for the Lightning. Former member of the Lightning, Steven Stamkos, scored 4 times last night. Preds beat the Blues, and Zach Edey of the Grizzlies has an injured ankle. He won't even be reevaluated for the next 4 weeks.
This season's turned into a disaster for him, boy.
Not great. And that's stuff you missed.
You're really a talent. All right, I'm going to ask you the same question.
I'm in contact with Rick right now.
So you have his picks?
I don't have the picks, but I'm in contact.
Of course not. I mean, we're only minutes away. But that's fine. Sounds like you'll get them. We'll give you all of our picks, and we'll do it next. And it's dramatic. And, color me shocked when these guys take the same games. DNR with you, ESPN New York.
The holidays are here, and Amazon Pickup is your MVP of package pickup. Need that perfect gift like a brand new jersey for the big game? With Amazon Pickup, you can grab your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule at no extra cost. It's fast, it's easy, and it keeps your holiday surprises tucked safely away. So whether you're running from work or heading to the holiday party, Amazon Pickup makes holiday shopping worry-free. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
All right, let's see what's happening on the roads and wish a great weekend to our dearest friend, the great Debbie Duhame.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Rick. On this Football Friday, let's see what's happening. It's another gridlock alert day. Alternate side parking rules in effect. Inbound George Washington Bridge, 35 to the upper level, with an accident being cleared. Some more nuggets of information. French Street is closed over in New Brunswick. It's all due to a broken water main getting out toward Easton Avenue. Traffic slowing down on 17 South. Another broken water main in East Rutherford. And over on 106 South of the LIE, it's a collision. Sponsored by Compassion International. Compassion sponsorship means food, healthcare, education, and most of all, being known, loved, and protected. There are thousands of kids waiting over a year, and their wait. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Text the word radio to 83393. Go Jets, go Giants. I'm Debbie Duhame, 880 ESPN, New York.
When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches? MaintainX is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals. No more hunting down parts. No more drowning in paperwork. With MaintainX, your team can access manuals from anywhere, create new procedures in minutes, and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only takes minutes. Keep your operations moving, not your paperwork. Join over 11,000 maintenance teams that are already fixing more and filing less. Try MaintainX for free today. Go to maintainx.com/AI. That's maintain in the letter x.com/AI.
At Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, we're celebrating this holiday season with our $155,000 Slay the Road drawing, including your chance to win a new Land Rover Defender and $10,000 cash. Earn entries all month long, then be here on January 1st between 12 and 3 p.m. when one winner will be drawn every hour to win up to $20,000 cash. At 4 p.m., one lucky winner will win a Land Rover Defender and $10,000 cash at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
D'Agostino Law Bite Back. I'm injury attorney John Ryan D'Agostino, nicknamed The Closer, continuing D'Agostino and Associates' legacy of helping the injured for over 35 years. My father, John D'Agostino, built this injury firm to help accident victims.
This is John D'Agostino, and this is a family firm. For us, it's about doing what's right and making sure somebody pays for your pain. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-BITE-BACK.
They call me The Closer because big or small, in court or out, I'm fighting to get the job done, to win, to get you every dollar you deserve.
D'Agostino and Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there and I'll be there for you. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Happy holidays. DNR with you, ESPN New York Football Friday. You know, Hanukkah's Sunday night.
Might get some snow going into Hanukkah this year, huh?
Dear God.
You a fan of that or no?
Presents abound, the holiday time, Christmas music. Oh, what a time. This is such a nice time.
Andy Williams and Bing Crosby own this time.
Oh, what a glorious, glorious time it is.
Michael Bublé now.
Throwing some Burl Ives.
Bublé. Yeah, I like Bublé.
By the way, I was thinking about this when the song popped up in the car the other day. Burl Ives, you're familiar with him, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Burl, the given name? Is that on the birth certificate? Like, who names their kid Burl? B-U-R-L.
Well, if in fact the given name is Burl, it didn't take.
I mean, like, how many other guys named Burl? You know what I'm saying?
Burl, Eichel, Ivanhoe, Ives.
Ivanhoe?
Really? What is that, Dutch?
I don't know.
How are you?
Where was he born?
Is that a B-U or a B-E for
It's a
Burl?
B-U.
B-U.
Well, professionally, it's a B-U.
So it's like Burrell.
Yeah, B-U-R-L.
B-U-R-L. Burl Ives. Now, he's got to be born like early 1900s. Maybe that was a very common name back in the day.
1909.
Yeah.
Burl. Imagine if he gets called on in class.
It's a strong name, though.
Yeah. Burl.
This is my son, Burl.
3 times 2.
Couldn't you say like
That's my son, Burl.
a linebacker? Like, whatever.
Yeah.
You can't run at Burl.
Well, I mean, like, I think Burl Bronco Nagurski.
Burl Butkus.
But Bronco, I don't think was his given name for
Bronco. No,
I think it was like Isosceles Nagurski.
Well, you got the Ivanhoe.
There's
here.
no way.
All right. Well,
Bronislaw.
off of the great
Bronislaw?
Burl Ives conversation.
Yes, maybe we should go right to the picks.
What did you say, Ray?
Bronislaw Nagurski.
That's his given name, Bronislaw? I never knew that.
Well, now you know.
Oh, that's great.
See, that's what we do. We teach.
You want to know how old Sylvester Stallone is real quick before you do the picks?
80.
I remember like seeing him do an interview once, like talking about like athletes and stuff that he was a fan of growing up, and like his favorite football player, I think he was like Bronco Nagurski.
No way.
I'm
There's
not
no way
kidding.
Sylvester Stallone remembers Bronco Nagurski.
Sylvester Stallone's like almost 80.
I think he is 80.
That's
or
what I mean.
79. He's right there. He doesn't remember Nagurski.
Of course he does if he's
I
almost
don't think
80.
so. No.
He played in the 30s.
Yeah. You're talking about?
Didn't Bronco Nagurski play in like the 40s or 50s?
No.
I think he's one of those guys who had his career affected by the war.
Maybe to the 40s, but Stallone doesn't remember football in the 40s.
Well, maybe he's a little bit of a football historian.
Yeah, right. I'm sure he's breaking down the
he did
left
sports
jabs
movies
and Bronco Nagurski film. All right.
Did a soccer movie.
Raymond, let's go. Yes, Victory was with Pele. Was Michael Caine?
Great
was the
movie.
big striker in that movie. It was a great movie. All right, time for our picks presented by Amazon Pickup. RJ, do what you do.
All righty, so off a lovely, my first of the year, 3-0 week. Back above 500, 22-20. That's where you find me. Next, Rick, who has submitted his picks on time
good.
at 20, 19-3. Next, Raymond, 19-23, and Dave making up some ground at 18-24.
I hate it here.
That's right. I'm only a game back. So, RJ, you control the board. You go.
Well, we're going to go to Rick because in the interest of him sending in his picks with a timely manner, which we appreciate, we will send those out first. So, I'll tell you, you can probably figure out which one if you follow the program. We're on opposite sides somewhere. Richard begins in Cincinnati.
All right, here we go, fella.
That's right. Here we go, fella. Rick likes...
What is it, fish?
Not the fish, but the Ravens. The birds in the air. He's going to take a -2.5 against Cincinnati. Next, Niners. He's a big fan of them. I like the Niners. Big number, -12.5. But Titans stink.
Like back in the day, me, Cass, and her mom used to smash.
Yeah. Hopefully.
That sounds great.
Hopefully the Titans get smashed.
So let's see. He takes a favorite.
Mm-hmm.
He takes a favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And does he have another joker there? Do we have another favorite?
Well, he's going to Denver. That number's 2.5. Where do you think he lands?
I think he's taking Green Bay.
He is taking Green Bay.
Of course.
Road
He's transparent.
favorite. -2.5. He'll take the Packers. And that's our friend Rick.
All right. You control the board, RJ. So who goes next?
Dave, let's hear it.
Okay. Here we go. I shouldn't probably criticize him too much because I believe I'm going to go the favorite route as well. I'm going to start in the 4 o'clock window. I'm going to go out to the Pacific Northwest. Indianapolis is hemorrhaging right now. Their defense is a wreck. They can't stop anybody. They're bringing in a 44-year-old quarterback who hasn't played in 5 years that might be the starter. I'll take the Seahawks, and I'll lay the 13.5. The Seahawks kind of feel like they might be that bully that you punch them in the mouth, they might not respond back. But if you can't punch them in the mouth, they'll maul you. Seahawks, minus 13.5. We stay in that 4 o'clock window, 4:25. We go down to the Bayou. And I know that as a favorite, Bryce Young on the road, well, that doesn't work. He doesn't win. But that changes this week. Watching last night, Tampa loses. Carolina is playing good football. The Saints have done it twice where they beat teams that they shouldn't. They're not going to do it again. Give me the Panthers. That passing offense, they do slow down the run. Kamara probably not going to play again. I'll take the Panthers, and I'll lay the 2.5. And I'm in it to win it. And that's why I'll take this game. Sunday night, Dallas. Yeah, sure, Dallas. Important game last week. Detroit, that's too much for them. They can't win that. When you can be bullies and you can beat up J.J. McCarthy. And I think the Minnesota's defense is good. I think Brian Flores is really smart. But this Dallas offense is playing at a very high level. Pickens will rebound. Ferguson may not play. It will not matter. They're always in field goal range. They lay the 5.5. I'll take the Cowboys. Give me the Seahawks minus the 13.5. The Panthers minus the 2.5. And the Cowboys minus the 5.5.
All righty. Favorites, just like your friend Rick. Who you
I said.
Very critical.
I also went favorites this week.
All righty. I'll go next.
Oh.
I will go next because I want to build up some drama.
Ray, you can jump right on whatever he says.
Hop right on board.
Just say echo. And
me too. Just go, me too.
Yeah.
Well, and by the way, we should say that Dan, at the very end of his Saturday show, every week makes his picks. So he's going to
your picks stink worse than ours, right?
They're not good.
Yeah.
But I own them, though.
So make sure you listen to that tomorrow.
You're the Sam Darnold of picks, yeah.
Well, Dan mentioned that nobody could get involved with the Jets and the Jags at a number that is 13.5. Not so fast, my friend. This is the exact kind of game I get involved in. When you roll out a Brady Cook, I take the other team blind. It's a huge number. Makes me uncomfortable. But this is what I do. This is one of my principal rules. I will take the Jags minus 13.5.
Oof, that's a big number.
Next. How could you not love this man? He may not love the Bengals, but I love him. He was talking to the other teams around the league. Come and get me. Please rescue me. And he's going to back that up this week. Bengals are getting points at home. They're going to win this game outright.
I love that somebody loses here.
Sorry, Rick. I don't think it's going to be me. And next, Detroit Lions playing.
Oh, come on.
Better football. They are going. I don't know that they'll get smashed. The Rams are going to take care of business here. I'm not scared off by the 6. Give me the Rams minus the 6.
Wow.
What were you mad about, by the way?
I was going to take the Rams, and I thought you were going to jump on that, and that upset me.
You don't want to double up.
Yeah, I'm still not sure what you're mad about. Raymond, go ahead.
All right. A lot of big spreads this week, as you've pointed out. I pointed this one out earlier in the week, and I'm pleased that nobody else is taking it, so I don't feel like I have to defend myself to the likes of Dave Rothenberg anymore. Raiders are going to Philadelphia. And don't get me wrong, I don't think there's any chance in hell Vegas wins this game.
He's taking the Raiders.
But 11.5 is a pretty big number, especially the way Philadelphia's offense is playing right now. Again, I don't know how the Raiders expect to score too much. Their offense is a shambles. Their offensive line is terrible. It's going to be Kenny Pickett, I think, under center this week. Still, I think the Raiders probably score a backdoor cover late and cover that 11.5 line. So go ahead and give me Vegas at plus 11.5. Boy, I really looked at Jets and Jaguars, but since RJ took that game already, I am going to skip it just for you, Dave.
Good. You know what? I'm glad that you're avoiding collusion this week. I respect that.
You know, I just don't want to deal with the baby tantrums from you this week. Mm-hmm. So I will go to San Francisco instead. And listen, Tennessee's playing a lot better lately. They're keeping games close. I do think at some point they'll kind of regress to the mean. So I will take San Francisco, who, you know, I keep telling you I love everything Kyle Shanahan does. They find success despite Every injury, every downturn, they find ways to win, and they find ways to cover. I think I'll take the 49ers at minus 12.5 in that one as well. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Sorry, Dave. You already beat me to this one.
Oh,
but
come on,
man. Listen,
man.
This one's, you know how I felt. I've been pretty consistent with Dallas over the last few weeks. For the reasons you pointed out, offense is playing really well. Minnesota, listen, they gave a much better effort last week than I gave them credit for. I thought they kind of packed it in that much. It's clear that they haven't, and I still am kind of concerned. Like you pointed out that touchdown streak that they've lacked on the road. I really do think McCarthy finds a way to drive them down the field and score on the first drive of the game. It just feels like that's going to happen, but the defense will find enough to cover that 5.5. So give me Dallas minus 5.5.
Okay. All right, there you have it. RJ, anything else we need to tidy up, or we're in it? We're done.
That's all of it.
There you have it. So the picks are in, and those are our picks presented by Amazon Pickup. Amazon Pickup is a convenient and secure way to collect your Amazon packages from locations near you. We take a break, and then, is there anything better than Plays of the Week?
No.
It's next, and it's right here. DNR with you, ESPN New York.
FanDuel Friday is turning it up with NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern. FanDuel is dropping limited-time specials to get you in the zone. Boosts, bonuses, surprises, all designed to bring that Friday energy. This isn't just another promo, it's your weekly pregame. NBA Happy Hour every Friday, 6 to 7:30 Eastern. FanDuel is dropping limited-time specials to get you in the zone. Boosts, bonuses.
And faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
Listen up, New York. It's football season, and you should be out there enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. That's where Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain comes in. He's one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and dedicated to getting you back in the game. Here's the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided procedures that get real results. Dr. Shaw treats everything from neck pain, back pain, migraines, nerve pain, and chronic joint pain. And he builds a custom game plan that's right for you. Same day or next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. And yes, most major insurances are accepted. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Go to SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Too much on your list this season? Get 50% off your first 6 months of payroll at gusto.com/radio. Gusto saves you 2 days every month on payroll, taxes, and compliance. So you can go from making payroll to making gingerbread houses, checking your books to decking the halls, spreadsheets to snow angels. Switch before the end of the year and there's no need to transfer payroll history. Now that's a reason to be merry. Choose a future with Gusto and get more time for what matters. For a limited time, get 50% off your first 6 months at gusto.com/radio.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Oh, I can't believe we blew a 5-touchdown lead.
Sure, but you got to feel like they were going to win for almost the entire game.
But I was about to buy playoff tickets.
So you were prepared for a good time. That's pretty nice.
It's the worst loss any team has ever had.
And you got to witness history.
Okay, we're done here.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
From the regular season to the Super Bowl, ESPN New York is your destination for football. We've got crazy fans.
If the Giants somehow beat the Cowboys, I'm going to take a dump on your head.
You can feel good because you're a damn football team. Expert analysis.
Marcus Spears joins us now. ESPN NFL analyst Damian Woody.
Mel Kiper Jr.
The Hall of Famer Steve Young.
He's kind of our resident general manager, Louis Riddick.
We got Mike Tannenbaum right now.
And all your fantasy and wagering needs. This is ESPN New York. We are football.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. Really nice job by Grassa today filling in for Rick, who will be back Monday with us. And Game Time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's exactly when it's Tully time. The Nets visit the Mavs in Dallas. That's tonight at 8:30. And that's Game Time, brought to you by Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Raymond. Oh,
Hi
Ray.
There. Hi there.
How you doing?
Oh, I am great. I'm ready.
You've been good
happy.
Today.
I've got energy. I didn't have a game last night.
Good.
You know, I got to catch up on some sleep. It was great.
This show, I was telling the guys, this show feels like it was a 2-hour show.
Football Fridays, man.
Unbelievable.
It's like you get a good movie on a plane. All of a sudden, you're there. This is what we provide for you.
Good at providing
happiness.
Thank you. So, Ray.
Let's go. Yes.
Are you ready to provide the plays of the week for us?
Oh, of course.
Would you like to start?
Let's go.
Raymond, guess what we're going to get into on the other side?
Are the plays.
I want you to guess. And specifically the
Knicks of the week.
That's right. You're good. You win a prize today.
And that's Plays of the Week powered by ZipRecruiter coming up right here. And as usual, we start on a Monday, big football weekend. Congratulations to Big Ten champion Indiana and Fernando Mendoza, man. I mean, come on.
It sounds so beautiful. I want to give all the glory to God. We were never supposed to be in this position, but by the glory of God, the great coaches, great teammates, everyone we have around us, we were able to pull this off. Whoever thought the Hoosiers would be here, but now the Hoosiers are flipping champs. Let's go.
I mean, you made the Kirk Cousins comps.
We're process-oriented. We're going day by day. Whether it's the offensive line, the defense, the coaches, special teams, we're all process-oriented to one goal. That's our thing, is we're brothers. We can drag teams into the deep end because we know that we're going to stick together and we're the strongest glue ever.
Listen, it's too bad the Jets aren't to the number one pick position because it would be great. It would be great. Talking about football this weekend, Dave got kind of confused at one point on the announcing combos.
Troy was saying, was it Troy doing that game? Who was doing that game? Romo? Whoever it was saying they thought they were going to go for 2.
To try to win it if they scored.
Right. I think it was Troy and Joe, right?
And eventually that kind of led to some nastiness among us.
Yeah, we could just have put a Jets helmet on RJ, let him run around the office.
Oh, my God.
You're just talking about Kyler Murray there.
I feel like going into your locker room at your home stadium be like when I go visit where the Pilgrims used to live.
Oh, God.
I mean, nobody's safe.
What'd you do all weekend? Look at fantasy and people's all-time records?
No.
You loser.
Rick and Dave going at each other.
You know what? You're not a good guy.
I'm a great guy.
You're not a good guy. I'm happy your football team stinks.
Dave wishes worse things.
You know what? I hope you have success the final 4 weeks of the season.
Yeah, hopefully too. Hopefully they win. Actually, you know what? I take that back. I hope you win multiple games. I'm going to root for your team. That's what I'm going to do.
Good. Well, here's the thing. Even if you root for my team, even if I went up picking 6 or 7 or 8 or 10 or 12 or 15 or wherever, I got a quarterback, pal. You're going to wait years to take a quarterback.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
You're like, I think we might have our future quarterback. Well, and then
Dave has a bribe.
I'll tell you what. You go open up a beer and drink it during the commercial break, and there's $20 in it for you.
Oh, yeah, $20. That'll sway Rick.
It'll cost you more than 20.
$20 right here, cash. I'll throw it right on the table right now. It's like a harem.
Yeah,
that fridge to him is a harem.
No, we don't want that.
RJ, do you have a sex camera?
I don't, but it feels like Rick's given this some thought.
No, not some thought. He probably has it.
Speaking of cameras, Dave's left alone this week. Sherry's got a business trip.
So Sherry set us all up. She made a big thing of burgers that we're going to have.
Did she leave you any sexy videos just in case?
I don't know yet. I'm hoping to stumble upon some sexy videos when I get home later.
Get lonely?
Yeah, videos you make with the camera.
A little sex camera.
Nobody sees. I have to purchase gifts for Sherry.
But you get her how many gifts?
Well, we don't do 8.
Sex camera.
No, back on the sex camera. It's all about the presentation when giving gifts.
You buy the camera, take a picture of your Chumbawamba.
Oh.
And that's how you...
And I introduced Sherry, this is only for naughty stuff.
That's it.
Naughty stuff. Stuff like RJ won't do when we go out as a show group.
I had to drag this buffoon out to go get a slice of pizza.
A fun sponge.
I was like, let's go do something fun. All right, let's get pizza.
We had a show in 6 hours.
I'm still annoyed you called him a buffoon.
Why do you always have to be the adult?
He's just trying to tell you there's consequences to your actions.
He's going to be naked at the observation deck at the Empire State Building.
That's great stuff. Those are stories for grandkids. Isn't that what you want?
Jail.
No, you don't want jail.
I haven't been a bender since way, way back in the day.
Yeah, please keep it that way. Thanks for Mel Kiper stopping by.
That's analytics. People, somebody on the internet said, he doesn't know how to pronounce it. I know it's analytics, you idiots. It's analytics for me. It lies. It's analytics. It lies. End of story. See you guys.
It doesn't lie. Dave, again, hurting himself.
I reach into the microwave.
Oh!
I'm not. Can you see that there?
It distracts you. You forget to throw to Rick for a read.
We'll explain all of it next. DNR
No,
with
not
you.
next. Not next.
Oh, you know what?
Oh, my God. You asked me before. I gave
forgot.
you the time.
I forgot.
And now you're just willy-nilly flying through it.
It's not been a good day for you.
No.
And then you start lashing out.
You want to do FanDuel? You want to do NBA reads? Go ahead. I'm not going to stand in your way of your FanDuel. Look at me. I have FanDuel. God forbid you go to break because we could have done it next segment. It's got to be now. Go.
We could not have done it next segment.
I put you in an NBA talk right now. So
All right, you put me in NBA talk. I run circles around you.
Circles.
Circles.
All right. FanDuel's the #1 sportsbook for same-game parlays.
Circles.
There's savagery there. There's savagery again with poor RJ.
RJ, could you please stand up for me? That happened, 5 seconds before we were supposed to go on the radio?
He is standing.
Wow.
That was mean.
It was like Karch Karai. He set it up for me. I had no choice. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
RJ's got a point.
Maybe you're the reason, with all your darkness of the heart, for the Giants having the #1 pick right now, for Edwin Diaz leaving. I think it's you.
It's low-hanging fruit.
That wasn't low-hanging fruit. It dropped from the tree already.
Lowest hanging fruit.
A specific kind of fruit to Dave.
You see a beautiful fresh apricot on the floor. You can't step over it. You have to pick it up and consume it.
What's this fruit?
Are you an apricot or an apricot guy?
Apricots seem like something old people eat.
Please help with your witty humor and your old man charm.
Yep.
Old man charm?
Yo, yeah.
That's very offensive. How do you fix this appearance of being old?
Maybe I get a mustache. I'm a young man.
You have a mustache.
No, but just a mustache.
You grow a mustache, I'll grow a mustache. And we'll do the show together with mustaches.
Mustache guys?
Yep.
Sounds like time for a rebrand.
We changed the name of the show.
The Mustachios.
Talking sports.
Yeah.
RJ.
Young, hip mustache.
We all grow mustaches.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Young, hip mustache men doing sports.
I'm not trying
Young men with mustaches. Yes. There it is.
No.
You're on board, but as you see, RJ's not.
Young, hip sports talk with mustaches.
Yeah.
RJ?
Now we're talking.
Yeah, young, hip sports talk with mustaches. That flows right off the tongue.
Right off the tongue.
You are just an energy
right.
suck.
That's mean.
You lead a horse to water, and you say, look at all this fresh, beautiful water. What are they supposed to do? They drink.
That's right. You were talking about David Stearns and how you're going to give him some leeway, but if things don't go right...
If they don't, then you kill him.
Well, you have no remorse for killing, at least for the animals.
What I'm learning is,
terrible.
Dave, you're a real menace on the streets with these poor animals.
You're a killer.
No, they get in my way. I can't help it. The deer runs across the road at midnight, and it's my fault.
I will say this. They are not smart animals.
I bet you Rick, with his cat-like reflexes, he would have avoided it.
I promise you, he wouldn't have. And it probably would have hurt him, too. Probably would have pulled a groin.
That's mean. Rick did a great job in the alumni game against the Shoresy crew. Scored a goal, had an assist. I think it was 14-6 was the final.
I scored. Gritty goal in front of the net, and then I promised Rocco and Milo I would do the 6-7. So once I scored, I did the 6-7.
Yeah, he did the whole 6-7 celebration as he was skating. Good for him. Good for Rick. Still attacking RJ, though.
Yeah, you're traveling, so they account for that.
Plus, they got, a little locker room, tiny showers. It's going to be tough.
Right, and I'm the awful guy. Sure.
Terrible.
My guys, dialed in. I've had a great week of practice so far. What was Rick doing last night? Was he focused on the matchup? Nope. Out in front of cameras, giving interviews, scoring goals. That's fine.
I think RJ's pretty well off given the results of last night so far. Is that confirmed, RJ? You're off to a good start?
Oh,
I don't think they had anybody play last night.
Can't have been too many. Anyway, I'm running out of time here, so I'm going to just close this on a recap of life without Sherry.
How we doing? What's going on? He goes, Dad, it's easier when Mom's around.
It really is. Adulting is hard.
RJ, you'd be fine with that too? Ray obviously is fine with it because he has no choice. But RJ, no problem?
That was mean.
If you don't do it, it doesn't get done.
I die. You accuse us all of being sensitive.
Charmony's soft, this show.
Yeah, but then again.
That's original. Let's do an open where it just takes massive grenade-type shots at Dave.
It's been the open for months.
It sucks.
Make yourself some oatmeal.
I'm not like starting to shred oats and stuff.
Yeah, but everything else?
But I'm ripping open packets.
No, you've got a long journey ahead of you, Dave, to start the weekend. So good luck, drive safe, and enjoy your great football weekend.
All right. Good job by you, Raymond. Good
I forgot
Dan.
to say, Dave. Those are the plays of the week powered by ZipRecruiter. When you're hiring, never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter. The ZipRecruiter for free. Try ZipRecruiter for free right now at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Sorry for jumping all over that. That is my fault.
That's totally my fault.
It is Rule 76.
You bet it is. No excuses. Play like a champ. Cross at Rothenberg and
Apricots
on ESPN New York.
You see a beautiful fresh apricot on the floor. You can't step over it. You have to pick it up.
Discover a driving experience crafted to inspire. At Garden City Mazda, exceptional design and sophisticated performance come together. During the Mazda More to Move You sales event, lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5 for $229 a month for 33 months. Or the 2025 Mazda CX-50 for $239 a month for 33 months. Both with $49.95 due at signing. It's the Mazda More to Move You sales event at Garden City Mazda. At Garden City Mazda, expect the exceptional.
At Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, we're celebrating this holiday season with our $155,000 Slay the Road drawing, including your chance to win a new Land Rover Defender and $10,000 cash. Earn entries all month long, then be here on January 1st between 12 and 3 p.m. when one winner will be drawn every hour to win up to $20,000 cash. At 4 p.m., one lucky winner will win a Land Rover Defender and $10,000 cash. At Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Hi there. Surprise.
30 for 30 presents Booyah.
Can I get a witness from the congregation?
You can't stop authenticity.
Booyah!